Woo, 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 woo. Shout out Uncle Murder. Real Rap, episode 5. In a world full of fake funk, we vow to always bring you that real rap. Real Rap, episode 5. I'm joined by 2 kings and a queen. We got Drea from the Bay. Drea, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up?
We got High Reacts. How you doing, sir?
You know.
Ikit Mel, special guest. We got a new guest on the panel. Ikit motherfucking Mel. He getting drops from Star.
Bang bang,
doing, bro.
Bang bang. I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for bringing me on. I'm glad to be on here to talk with you guys. Appreciate it.
Salute to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate your time. Let's get it. What would you guys just let's talk about what you guys were just where you guys left off. And we finished that point. Because I didn't want to cut nobody off.
Man, we were talking about a couple of different things. Well, I think the last thing was it Clearwater we were talking about.
Yeah, that was Clearwater.
Or we could just hop into Tekashi 6ix9ine. We could just dive in head first.
I'm ready for Tekashi, man. I'm ready for that topic.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So it's reported today that around 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m., Tekashi got robbed, pistol whipped, and kidnapped. He caught the Holy Ghost, the Trinity, on a Sunday. How y'all feel about that? Go ahead, Kabel.
Well, you know what? Like I saw Damas live, I saw DJ Academics, I saw a lot of different people, Hassan Campbell, a lot of different people talking about this subject, and I was thinking like, I even saw I Smoke Hip Hop talking about it, and I'm thinking like, people are speculating that this was fake, that this is promo, and I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do you think this was promo? Because as soon as this happened, like a little after that new music video Fifi came out with him and Nicki Minaj, I don't know if you guys saw it. Do you think this was fake? That's what I want to know first.
How you feel about that, Big High?
To be honest, I don't know if it was fake or not, but the biggest thing with it is for his sake, I hope it was fake. Because if that wasn't fake, then he looked very vulnerable, man. He looked extremely vulnerable because he's supposed to be king of New York. Where the goons? Where's the goons and the straps? Because that would never have happened to Biggie.
Wasn't 50 saying he was the king of New York? Where was the strap at? Like you said,
king of New York. You supposed to have people, and he looked very vulnerable.
That's true, and he's always talking a lot of crap, talking a lot of shit, talking how nobody can ever touch him, nobody can ever snatch his chains, and he got pistol whipped. And not only that, like they took him because he came after the video shoot, and he got to the crib, and like they pulled up behind him, they kind of locked him into place. I think they pistol whipped him. They took him in the car, then they made him go back to the house and take out like all this jewelry and stuff. His baby moms and the child was in the house.
Right.
They went up in there, they took the stuff, and they dipped. And supposedly he jumped out of the car after because they took him like in the car, and he jumped out or something. And I don't know, man, but I think all that energy and all that negativity he was talking, like it finally kind of came back for him. You know, this is what he's been asking for. He's been telling people, test my gangster. We're on the Test My Gangster World Tour. I dare somebody to attack me. I dare somebody to hit me. And it happened. He got caught up, man. It happened, yo. You know, so
tied up. How do you get kidnapped and you're not tied up? So that means they weren't worried about him in the least. Like he ain't gonna do nothing. And he didn't. Sure. It don't look good. It's a bad look. I hope it was a publicity stunt. Because if not, he a mark and it's gonna be open season on him.
Well, the thing is, like I heard that, like, I'm not sure, but there was police report. I feel like if there's police reports, then it can't be fake because you can get criminally charged for lying to the police unless he really just planned this out for some sort of marketing scheme. This is definitely a bad look for him. I don't think it's going to stop him from making money, though, and keep doing what he's doing. But I think he needs to move a little bit differently. He's risking his family, his child, his daughter. Like, it's no joke, man.
Have any of his people come out yet? Like, has Treyway, the dude who always on Instagram, has he come? Because he always come out say something. Has he said?
They did a live stream. They did a live stream this evening. DJ Academics called. 6ix9ine and like Treyway, the guy was there too, whatever, and they were talking, and he was saying that it wasn't an act. He said they caught him lacking, and he wasn't talking a bunch of shit like he usually does. He was actually kind of quiet.
He looked shook.
Yeah. He was like, "Hey, they got me."
And let me run this back by y'all real quick. Y'all remember back in the day when that whole death row bad boy thing was happening?
Yeah.
And one of the cats from death row got their chain taken. At some point in time, the chain came back. If you the king of New York and you good money like you say you are in the East Coast in general, at some point in time, that money in that chain supposed to come back, right? I mean, you the man. All that's supposed to come back to you. Ain't no way in the world you the king of New York, you blood, you Treyway, and you get your shit ran. They run you for your jewels. They come up in your house, embarrass you in front of your girl and your kid.
Yeah.
And your shit don't come back.
But let me ask you another question, huh? If he brings home the bacon, right? If he makes all his money off this facade, this pseudo gangster facade, right? How is he going to how is that profit him? Like, how does that benefit him by being kind of like, exposed, by getting ran up on?
Listen, my comparison was this. When Pac got robbed in the Quad City inside the elevator, they ran him for his jewels, but he got shot up. He got shot. They carried him out in a wheelchair or a stretcher. So that's a different look than you coming back busted up and bruised and somebody that ran up in your house and ran your jewels and your money in front of your girl and your kid. Pull out, steal in front of your kids. It's not no good look. It's not. Everybody say any publicity is good publicity. That's not always true. This is a bad look because you can't run around and say you gangster no more because don't nobody believe you. And I know the cats that rap a lot definitely don't believe that. If you got your jewels ran and you got police reports, it's not no good look. It's a horrible look.
Now,
but he asked for it. He's been asking for it for a long time.
He's definitely been asking for it.
And let me just put this out there for you guys too. There was also, word going around that he could have did this. He could have planned this whole thing. So, a lot of people were saying, he had to pay off people. He owed the jewelers. He owed the jewelers a lot of money. So he could have planned this whole thing and organized it so that because he got robbed, his insurance would cover the whole situation. What do you guys think about that? And then also people were saying, because of all the drama he started, maybe he could have used that money that he got from the insurance to pay the streets, to feed the streets. But these just, these are, it's just what I'm hearing. Word on the curb. You feel me?
I think that's a good point. I've heard of that before. I've heard of people pretending getting stuck up so they can claim that insurance. A lot of these rappers, they insure their chains, their jewelry, everything. It's a smart idea. It's a smart tactic. Wouldn't be the first time people burn down their own houses that have insurance on it, because they can't afford it or whatever. So it covers it. I wouldn't be surprised. Like 6ix9ine, he has to pay a lot of money for that security. There's a lot of people that want him. He talks a lot of shit. I kind of root for the guy. It's kind of funny to me sometimes, but like to see this happen too, it's like, yo, you got to think about your family. Like they, your girl, he's out here messing with other chicks, having sex with other chicks. This chick is still holding him down. At the end of the day, like at some point, it's not worth it. Like, how does
that work? If he said, "Yo, these guys ran up on me and stole my jewelry. I want to make a claim for my insurance." How does that work? Does he get the money right back in his hand? How does what I'm saying?
I don't know. I have no idea, bro. That's a good question.
That takes a minute. That's not it. They got to investigate and everything. You're not getting no check off the top.
It makes me think of like Kanye too. I don't want to get off subject, but like Kanye, when he went on that rant on stage, he went crazy. He went to the mental facility and like they didn't want to pay because he had a bunch of other shows to do, and the insurance. He had insurance on the shows too. They had to pay up for all the other shows and tickets, and they didn't want to cover it, and he had to like prove it. These people do this kind of like schemes, and they get paid for everything. Kanye won I think he won the lawsuit.
You think he purposefully walked off? Walked off the
No,
show?
no, no. No, I think he definitely had some mental stuff, but I just know the company wasn't trying to pay. I think Kanye. I think he definitely had some sort of issues going on. I don't know.
Right. No, because we all know he was going through what they say he was in the hole for a lot. For a lot.
Yeah.
Well, he reneged on the deal. When you sign contracts, people fully expect to get what they pay for, man.
Yeah.
Or else.
Yeah,
what your name is, we want their bread back.
Yeah.
Drea, how you feel about this whole situation? This dude's proclaiming to be a gangster. He getting ran down on.
Dude, I only found out this guy existed like a couple of weeks ago.
What?
How could you miss the dude with the rainbow hair? How could you miss
him, girl?
Real rap. I only know of this dude because of this website called Lipstick Alley, LSA. That's the only even way I even know of this guy and his antics or whatever. Like, wasn't he like some little Latino boy, prep school boy or whatever before he became Rainbow Bright or whatever it is he is now?
Rainbow Bright.
True. I saw an old video of him. He was like in some sort of like dancing with this chick, but it looked like a complete nerd, not like how it looks now.
And I only stuff I had been really seeing was like, you know, he had his little beef with Chief Keef or whatever. Like, told dude, I bet you won't run up in New York. And Chief came to New York, and you know, he was in LA. I remember that. So I mean, like I said, you know, these guys, they're posers. Like, they act hard, but that's all for show. That's all social media stuff, you know. That's really my opinion on that. You know, it's nothing but a bunch of posers, and they're trying to act cool for social media, but they're not really about that life.
But Dre, let me ask you a question though. For the ladies, isn't that pseudo image for the ladies? Isn't that gangster image that I'm gonna bust my gun and I'm gonna cuddle your ass when I come home?
That must be for a different
that thug love.
That must be for a different crop of ladies, because this lady right here, right? I ain't paying no attention to that, so it ain't for this lady.
That's what I was saying. I was just saying more like a 50 Cent, right? Because he's kind of, 50 Cent said he was the king of New York. It seems like 50 Cent passed the torch down to Tekashi.
Yeah.
You know so
it does seem like that.
He's like the court jester. Like, that's kind of how I see this guy with the rainbow hair, like a jester.
All right, well, shit. Speaking of 50 Cent, how you guys feel about this whole Mayweather situation? 50 Cent is Mayweather saying that 50 Cent has hurt the usher.
First of all,
you got what?
Now, first of all, on the whole IG post,
Drake said, "Let me
I
get."
I want to say this. I know damn sure that Floyd didn't write that. Somebody wrote that.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. He paid somebody for that.
Somebody wrote that for him. But it ain't like, I mean, but you know, regardless of who wrote it for him, if you was dictating or whatever, I mean, Floyd might be a lot of things, but a liar, I don't really pick him to be a liar about stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I think
50 runs his mouth way entirely too much. He's like Floyd said, he might as well become a blogger, because really all you do is be online talking, man. Like a blogger, rumors and stuff, putting out stuff, talking about people. And I say that as a Ja Rule fan from back in the day.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I like Ja Rule.
I say that from back in the day, as a Ja Rule fan, you know, that's
Nick and Mel, you a Ja Rule fan?
I like Ja Rule.
From back in the day.
Yeah, I like Ja Rule from back in the day. I like 52, but I think Floyd killed him with this post. Killed him, yo.
No. Floyd's assistant killed him with this.
Yeah, okay. His assistant, his Hooked on Phonics assistant, the person he paid to write this.
No, or Floyd got a hold of that Grammarly. You heard of that?
That's a good app to have. Yo, shout out to Grammarly. That's a good app.
You guys are fucked up for that. You know you can't read. Guys,
ain't no shame in using that.
I use it. I have to admit, I use that app. That's a good app.
you know Floyd can't read. Why you go there?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick, because I saw this. I saw this earlier, but it gave me a deeper thought as far as the whole thing is concerned. Do y'all fuck with Superwoman on CW?
Not at all.
Oh, Superwoman. I heard of it. I never watched it though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So season 4, they're introducing their first transgender superhero.
Oh Are you serious?
Real shit.
Oh God.
The first, it's called, she or he, I don't know, called Dreamer, but it's a real life transgender individual. And they're going to portray it as a transgender individual during the course of the series. Now, my question is this.
God damn.
So I can't say who. Somebody is really pushing the transgender, the feminization of men. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not a homophobe. I'm a homophobe. I'm not even socially conservative. That's not my issue. But when something seems like a rush or being put out there in a hard manner, it makes me question it. And I wonder, who do y'all think is really pushing the feminine? Because to me, I think it's an all-out assault on men.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree with you on that.
And I don't know. And I don't know if it's like, I feel like they're trying to erase the definition of man out of the history books. Because, I mean, if you look at it, all your rappers are carrying purses, wearing skinny jeans. You got LeBron in shorts, short suits. You got Russell Westbrook with his really tight ass jeans on. You just got so many different cases of men looking like women. I saw a picture of Rocky ASAP earlier, looked like a chick without makeup on.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
They say ASAP Rocky already look feminine in general anyway, so.
Well then, damn. Let me ask y'all a question.
You know what? Let me go back.
Oh shit!
In that same vein, you remember the '90s? You remember Snoop Dogg and his pressing curls and all that? Were y'all talking that same mess back then?
No, that was a different look. Snoop looked like a man, though. Snoop looked like a man. Rocky ASAP looks like he looks like a 13-year-old girl.
You know what I think is wrong? As soon as you started saying that, I want to tell you what I think is completely messed up. And I want to do a video on this. I haven't done it yet because people are so sensitive. I think it's completely messed up for people to start giving their children hormone medication to alter their gender because the child underage, like the little 5-year-old, thinks that he wants to be a girl. So you're going to give them hormones that's going to alter their their hormones for the rest of their. You know how many decisions I made that was completely wrong that I regret when I was younger and my brain wasn't fully built to the capacity, but because a kid thinks he wants to be a girl, you're going to give him hormones. You know what that does to the body? Dude, there's no going back at that age. I think that is completely wrong for parents to give hormones for a boy to change to a girl or vice versa. I think it's completely wrong. Let them get to their older where their brain's developed. They're 18, 20 something. Okay, you want to do that? Okay, whatever. But when they're 4, 5, to give them hormones that alters their body forever. And then you know what? A lot of those people, they statistically, they want to kill themselves. They're more prone to suicide, you know?
Wow. But you know what's so crazy? I don't mean to cut you off, High, but you know what's so crazy? You correct me if I'm wrong, Ikemel. You're a father, right?
Yes.
You have a daughter?
Yeah.
High, you obviously have a daughter too, right?
Yeah.
But we got 2 fathers here. I'm not a father. I'm pretty sure Drea from the Bay isn't a mother yet.
Drea from the Bay ain't trying to be no mother.
Respect. Take your time.
Yeah. On the market for a couple seasons more, but anyway, it's important. I fuck with that information, man, and you guys can speak firsthand about some shit like that. Like, how do you feel? I know that we going way off, but just real quick, how do you guys feel about pretty much the fact that society or social media could be potentially raising your children, despite whatever you instill in them? You know what I'm saying, Howard?
I think it's already been that for a while. The parents' thumbprint haven't really been able to be on a kid unless that's just something that you into. But if you have any slip whatsoever, your kid belongs to the public. It's just so many examples of it around. I mean, it's just, I think it's just a whole all around foundational situation because the schools aren't the way they used to. The teachers can't even teach anymore. You can't discipline your child without going to the penitentiary.
Yeah. They can call the police on you. They take you to jail. You can't hit your kids. You can't discipline them.
No, but then you wonder why. Then people wonder why you got school shooters. You know, because you can't put your thumbprint on your child the way you used to be able to do so without the nonsense. You know, and I don't know, man. That's why I said the internet was the best thing that ever happened to man and the worst thing at the same time.
Wow.
Because it's poison.
I mean, unless you completely shelter your child and keep that child indoors, they're gonna find outside influences. There's nothing you can really do about that.
Nothing.
No, I agree to that. I just think it's wrong when they start putting it in cartoons and stuff.
Wow.
Why do you need to force some sort of sexuality on a child that's like young?
It's an indoctrination.
I don't like that. I think there's no even need for that. Why does a child need to be sexualized into a certain like? You gotta like this gender, that gender. Let them grow up. Let them play with toys. Let them have fun. But now it's like they have to be a certain thing.
To the Superwoman thing. Why must you introduce a transgender? What to be fair? You know what I'm saying? Is it about being fair?
Let that go.
Because I don't understand where
it's true.
On the one hand, that you can say that they're trying to be inclusive.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to be inclusive.
All right, so let me ask you this. Is that going to involve pedophiles also?
God.
No, for real, because pedophiles are making that argument. I mean, that's real shit. Pedophiles are making this argument that you letting everything else sexually go. What about our thing?
Mm-hmm.
Real shit. Look it up. I'm telling you. They're trying to make this argument because understand this. Sex is like drugs. When you open, just like they say, if you smoked weed, you've done something else before. And then sexually, it's the same way. Motherfuckers start introducing certain shit because they feel like, well, you let this go. What about us? I'm telling you, when you open Pandora's box, you better understand a lot goes with that. A lot goes with it, man.
Do you think they're just trying to make it acceptable?
Yes.
Normal, then normalize.
I sometimes think they're trying to make it acceptable, but I also feel like sometimes they're trying to force it upon children and stuff. And like sometimes kids, maybe they go through that phase. They don't know what they want to be or what they want to do. But then you got this TV stuff and also forcing it upon, well, you got to be this or it's okay. And it's like, I feel like they just, in the subliminal messages, I don't know if you guys ever seen that, like subliminal messages within cartoons and Disney. Yeah, penises and all kinds of stuff. Like, look that up. It's too much, man. Why are you pushing this on children? They don't let them grow up.
I'm not a parent, but if I was a parent, I think I would have to have that dialogue with my kids. You know, you can monitor what they watch in your home or whatever. Right. But you can also kind of, tell them, just have that open dialogue. But don't hide stuff from them. Don't try to keep stuff from them. Talk to them, explain things, and let them get that worldview. Let them start with you as the parent to kind of say, okay, this is what's going on out there. I'm not necessarily cool with it, and I don't know how you feel about it. But I want to have that talk with you. And you can start that dialogue with your kids.
Listen, let me tell you this: with children, it don't even have to be subliminal. Because from the time that they come out of the womb to like 4, they soak up way more information than an adult. And adults are like dogs. You can't teach an old one a new trick. They're not trying to get to us. They know it's past us. We're not going to agree with it. Look at
kids too, that like you're saying, they're sponges.
Yeah,
they start to do my daughter, every little thing I start to do, she starts to try to do and whatever. So imagine if they're watching TV and they're watching all those messages. They literally try to copy and follow everything that you do.
And look who it's affecting right now. Look at the generation that's being who do adults complain about all the time? Millennials.
Yeah.
They're the ones.
True.
Hey, let me hit you to something real quick. A lot of people I don't think a lot of people know this, and I put this out there the other day because I was doing some research just one day when I had nothing else to do. Millennials are purging on post-millennials, and it's a quiet purge. Like, just look and see how the school shootings and the Puerto Rican boy in the Bronx who got stabbed up.
Oh my God!
He was a post-millennial being purged on by some millennials.
And wasn't it like they had the wrong person too? The person in the Bronx wasn't like the wrong victim. They thought he was somebody else. Dude, that's just crazy to me. It's disgusting.
Millennials purging on post-millennials. These people are murderers, man. I'm telling you, a millennial will kill you.
When you say post-millennials, you mean just the
people going after them. Because they try to fit that millennial age from 86 to 96. Somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anybody that's like 22 to 32 years old.
Oh, yo, hi, real quick. And just, I don't know if you know or not, but your camera's off. Your camera. Yeah,
it's off. You might still have the other thing open. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's not on.
Real quick, I do want to say, I salute both of y'all for being, we already talk off camera. I already know you guys are stand-up dudes, but I already assume and that you guys are great fathers. And Drea, we know you a future mother. We know you're gonna put in work. We know you're gonna put in work. You know what I'm saying? I have a little Drea from the Bay. So I definitely take my hats off to you guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I appreciate you having us on, man. This is fun, having an open conversation. Yeah. I like to have these kind of conversations. I do it sometimes on my channel, and sometimes it derails. Sometimes you just start talking about all kinds of other things, and that's kind of what makes it fun too.
And speaking of derailing, so the verdict is Mayweather flamed 50. Curtis, aka Curtis Jackson.
Complete, because 50 didn't even respond with much. He flamed them. I think he was the first person that challenged him.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but 50 Cent came back and said Mayweather has like 11 domestic abuse cases.
Everybody knows that.
Did he really? Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
Knows that. Hey, listen, man. I wanted to tell y'all something real quick, man. Hey, listen. I really appreciate being able to hook up with y'all, and it's been a pleasure, man. And I hope we get to do this again real soon. I know me and Lowkey will, and Drea. But the big homie, man, your name is Ikmel?
Yeah, Ikmel. Yeah.
That's what's up.
He dropped the W trying to be cool, I guess.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Hey, I'm going to go sub to your channel soon as
I appreciate that, man. For sure.
But I got to get out of here, man. My girl just came back from vacation, and it's gonna be a long night if I don't.
Say no more. Go handle your business.
Hey, I'm gonna catch up with y'all here pretty soon. All right,
man.
All right, man. Y'all
tell them where to find you before you dip out.
Oh, hit me up at Hyde Reacts. Reacts is with a Z and not an S, man.
Where are you at? What platform are you on?
I mainly do YouTube.
You do YouTube also? Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm streaming right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. High Reacts?
Yes, sir. With a Z.
Okay.
Yeah, look me up, man, when you get a chance. I appreciate y'all. Man.
All right,
y'all be blessed. I'll talk to you later.
Peace. All right, shit. We're gonna run through these last couple of topics. I'm gonna let y'all go, man.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like we said, as far as I mean, in my personal opinion, bro, I feel like
yeah.
This whole what is with this herpes go-to? Like what is that, like the go-to? You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
Let me say something real quick, Lowkey. You got a friend of yours in the chat who's actually trying to get on.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Let me see. But how you feel about that, Ikmel? When it just, I feel like they always try. The go-to move is try to say somebody has herpes. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? Honestly, I feel like the go-to move for females when they're mad at a male, they say, "Oh, he got a small." That's the go. That's one of the main go-tos.
That ain't my go-to.
Oh, he got a small, But like the whole herpes thing, it seems to be true too, because I know it was said about Usher, and now it's said about 50. I wouldn't be surprised if 50 got that.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a go-to, but I feel like because in those circles, you know, herpes is something that's easily passed around. It's very common. So
it's probably true. I believe there's some truth to it. I believe there's some truth to it, because all he needs to do, if he really wants to prove everybody, go ahead and take a test and post the thing and it's negative. If you're so sure and it's not true, go ahead and post. I would do it if I was huge in social media. Wow. I don't have anything to hide. I don't have no STDs. I would post it. Post the picture and shut them up.
With all the chicks Mayweather smashing, you know he got herpes too, probably. You know what I'm saying? That's just, like, I feel like all of them people in Hollywood, all them dudes, they all smash the same chicks. They all smash the same chicks. So they got so whatever one have, the majority probably have it. You know what I'm saying, Dre?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It seemed real childish. You know
I believe it. I believe it. Just like I believe that Usher has it. Just like I believe that R. Kelly is some sick fucking pervert. We're all on Charlemagne, and Charlemagne's wrong. R. Kelly gets a pass. I don't know why. He has these chicks in dungeons. They're giving like stories and documentaries on this, and we're just giving this guy a pass because he made some nice R&B songs. No, man. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like I used to love R. Kelly. At least
R. Listen, R. Kelly.
What do you guys think? Do you think there's truth behind it, or is it lies? All these chicks are lying. What do you think?
Put it this way: where there's smoke, there's usually fire. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, come on now. He allegedly, I don't know. I guess it's true. He allegedly married Aaliyah when she was underage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like where there's smoke, there's fire. So you know. Who knows what all some of these people that are famous and whatever, they make bomb music, but they sick and twisted as hell. Like if you knew them personally. So
but can I say this? Can I just say this real quick? R. Kelly made us all believe, all of us. He made us all believe that we could fly.
That's true.
Talk about that.
Man, I can't even.
That's a song we sang in high school graduation. We sang "I Believe I Could Fly." So
and that's the thing. We actually sung that song in elementary school at one of our functions. Like, but here's the thing: I can't look at that song the same way because
my teacher made us hold hands, yo.
Yo, my homegirl, like one of my homegirls, she's a comedian, really. So I can't look at that song or listen to that song and watch that video like the same because she made this joke where she said, you remember the I Believe I Can Fly video? I bet R. Kelly tapped himself a lot of ass back then. And I can't look at that the same anymore. So it's just like, it's gross to me.
That guy's a weirdo to me. R. Kelly for sure is a weirdo. I'm sorry. I'm sure he has a lot of fans and all that shit.
Here's the thing,
that guy's a weirdo.
Here's one thing. I am a huge Michael Jackson fan. So
I like Michael Jackson.
So here's the thing. Like when people try to talk about the R. Kelly stuff, they be like, well, you like Michael. And I'm like, well, I feel like there's apples and oranges.
Let me tell you something. I believe that he didn't do that stuff with the kids. I don't believe
it. Talk about it.
I used to think he did it. I used to think he did it with the kids. Let me tell you, at first I thought I was in the like sheep following everybody. When I saw a lot of interviews, I believe that guy actually liked kids. And let me tell you something. Now as a man, I feel like a lot of times when I see kids in public, kids walk up to me and they say hi. I don't even feel like I can say hi to them because I feel like the other parents are looking at me like I'm some sort of predator and I'm trying to steal their kids. The only time I feel okay is if I have my daughter with me and I can say hi.
Right.
I believe that man actually really just genuinely liked kids. I think he had a messed up childhood. And like Macaulay Culkin stuck by him and said he never did anything to me. He was a child at the time. He was just friendly. So, I mean, if you guys feel differently, that's okay. I agree with that. But I think that guy genuinely did not molest and rape kids. I think he was just a little too friendly.
You know what? It's just that. I agree with
you. He made Thriller.
I'm like this. Like, okay.
Thriller, man. Thriller. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Thriller, man.
He made Thriller. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He made Thriller. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna say this though. Number one, Thriller not that good. Like it's good, but
What?
it wasn't his best album. So let me let me go to the next point.
Oh no,
Sorry,
girl.
that's you.
Oh no, girl.
Sorry, the hater. That's you.
Let me say this though. Like I believe I'm with Ick and Mel on the fact that I don't believe he actually did anything to anybody's kids, but I did side eye him when he said, it was the most wonderful thing in the world to share your bed with children, and I just kind of have to side eye that for a second, but it's like
it's weird. As a parent, I love the sharing the bed with my child. That's amazing. It is. But like other kids in the bed, I don't know. That is kind of weird. I understand.
If you share, okay, that's what I say. If you talking about your own children, yeah, fine. But
and let me tell you, if kids came to sleep over, they would not be sleeping in the bed because I'm not trying to have charges like that. They're not a good look. They're not even sleeping over. My mom to sleep over somebody's house. Parents are so much different now. My mom would not let me sleep over anybody's house. There was one friend that once in a blue moon, and she was Jehovah's Witness. So, they're strict and crazy. Once in a blue moon, I could sleep. And my friend lived across the street from me, and that was it. These parents nowadays, you can go to the club. You can be gone for days, and you're fine. Back then, all I could do was sleep across the street. Word. And even then, it was a problem. That's how different it is now.
I feel like that was minorities though. Like minority parents, they were close like that. They were close to home like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I saw a lot of white kids just coming home whenever the fuck they wanted to.
Whenever they want.
Well, back in the day, with the village, it took a village to raise a child. That entire neighborhood was raising you.
That's an interesting thing.
My whole neighborhood growing up, like I couldn't have no business because everybody knew my business if I had any. So
I used to kind of disagree with that saying, but I don't know if you guys ever saw that video where the guy, it wasn't his child, the kid like stole something and he started beating the kid with a belt on video and it went viral. And the guy was saying like back in the day, it was up to the whole village to raise the child, to look after the children, not just their own. That's how they did it back in the day. So it's an interesting saying.
Hey, I got my toe whooped by people in my neighborhood. They were related to me though. Damn. But it's like my mom or whatever would probably be like, hey, whatever she did that shit. So she get that whoop her tail, But nowadays you can't do that. You
can't do
that.
You
touch somebody's child abuse, cops.
Oh yeah,
cops called on you. I mean, it's a whole nother ball game. You can't.
There was one time I got ballsy and I told my mother, like, I was young and she was, I think she was trying to beat me or discipline me. I said, I'm gonna call the cops. My mom said, go right ahead. She handed me the telephone and I didn't call. I was like, oh shit. You serious? My mom was a gangster, man.
Your mom said you bullshit.
Yeah, they will dare you. They would dare you. You try to call the cops, that would be the last thing you ever did.
Mm-hmm. Now kids are different. It's not like that. Now they'll call the cops. They'll snitch.
Man, I really fuck with y'all telling y'all stories, man. But let's hop into a little bit of sports talk real quick. I recently made a video of LeBron James and Kevin Durant partying in Hollywood. Now, mind you, I mean, everybody listening. Didn't Kevin Durant just come off of whooping this dude's ass in 4 straight games? So my question to you guys is, I mean, did you ever see Michael Jordan or, Allen Iverson hanging out with, their rivals at the time? Did you guys ever see that? And the second part of that question is it possible that LeBron James and Kevin Durant are going to team up in Los Angeles next year?
First of all, you forgot Draymond was there also.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, he was in that same video. Draymond was with them.
Wow, I didn't see it. I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. So now, does that change your does that change anything for you or?
I mean, honestly, I thought Draymond hated LeBron.
They did those barbershop chronicles together. I mean, they don't hate each other as much as people think.
I thought it was like some passive aggressive hate. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I mean, those you talking about like the shirts and stuff that they wore. Like Draymond been trolling LeBron every finals with those
Yeah,
different
yeah.
shirts he be having. I mean, I feel like these people don't really hate each other. They can be competitive on the court and actually still kind of actually want to be around each other afterwards. It's just basketball, like they say, it's bigger than basketball. You know?
Yeah, sometimes it's basketball and it's probably business too. You know, it's just sometimes like even in the YouTube world, these guys make fake beefs with each other. They don't really hate each other,
No.
and it just creates controversy and people start watching and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, they're cool with each other. Everybody's getting into fights, arguments. Okay. They're partying together, they're chilling together, and you're here fighting with your family and friends, and you're breaking up with your friends, not talking. People are chilling at the club.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got people from different fan bases on social media and stuff, and doing all this arguing, like you said, falling out. But I'm like, these two dudes that y'all pitting against each other don't even hate each other like y'all hate each other.
Yeah, it's not worth it sometimes.
It ain't even like that, Basketball is entertainment. That's their job.
I just feel like it's just like it's unfortunate though. What happened to that competitive spirit? I mean, it's like if you put all the best players on the same team, what are we even watching this for? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, put it this way: Charles Barkley and MJ, they were friends off the court.
There's some people too that can be friends and still be competitive. Not everybody can be like that. There's a lot of people that get really like whatever, but there's some people that like you can critique them, they can critique you, and at the end of the day, we're still friends, and we post that on social media because it gets people riled up. That's what I started learning about social media. It gets people riled up. It's entertaining, but we're cool at the end of the day and we're chilling, while other people are breaking up their families and relationships over it. So whatever gets views and clicks.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. And it's crazy that you say that because I see that now that you say that, I notice that so much more often, man. We're out here fighting each other and they're high-fiving and shit, making millions.
Yeah. They're winning at the end of the day. They can come up with these plots and schemes. YouTubers do it. DJ Academic, sometimes I wonder about him, about the stuff he does. I like the content he does, and I like that he came from nothing and made it, but at the end of the day, sometimes too, they're playing social media clout.
Well, you can still count on Westbrook because he don't like nobody, and nobody don't really like him. I mean, like I said, it's the sport, it's entertainment. They're here to entertain us on court. What they do off the court, that's their business. If they want to be friends, they can be friends.
I want to get you guys' opinion on this Clearwater, Florida incident real quick. We talked about it off air, but I don't know if you guys saw the video or not. So I want to play the video for you guys real quick.
Sure.
Let's just commentary on it real quick.
All right.
But in my opinion, this shit is sad. You know what I mean? Can you guys see it on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Or yeah, and that's just sad. Apparently the old guy was yelling at the lady that was parked in the handicap parking spot, like Drea was saying, and then the guy, her boyfriend or whatever, comes out and pushes him to the ground, and next thing you know, he pulls out a gun and shoots him right in the fucking heart. I mean, do you guys feel like it was that serious? Or?
All right, break it down again. So what happened? It was a whole thing about a parking spot, right?
Right.
And what happened?
Well, the old guy, Drea, were you the one that said that he got upset that the lady,
yeah, apparently this was over them parking in a handicapped parking spot.
Wow.
And he took it upon himself, I guess, to be deadly do right of the law and like, hey, you can't park here.
Deadly.
And it just escalated from there, from what I hear. So, I don't know. It's like they said, like Hyatt was saying earlier, and comparing that to the Zimmerman and Trayvon thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, see what happened. Okay. Damn, the guy dropped down and shot him? Is that what he did?
Yeah. He about to replay.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see. I never saw the video. I was reading the article, but I didn't see the
You
video.
gotta watch this, bro. It's the way it happened. It was just everything is over the top. Everything is over the top. The dude didn't necessarily have to push him, and the other dude definitely didn't have to kill him.
Right.
I mean, on the one hand, he just pushed you. It ain't like he just jumped on you and started beating you to a pulp. So
right.
And this started off with 2 women, though, didn't it? It was 2 women, and then the guys got involved. Is that how it went?
Well, I think it was one woman sitting in her car in a handicap spot.
Okay.
And then her boyfriend or significant other walks out, and he's like, he pushes them. He's like, "What? Don't talk to my wife like that," kind of thing. And then he just pulls out a gun and shoots him. Maybe he would, do you guys feel like he was scared for his life? Maybe he got jumped before in his life. I don't fucking know.
See, I don't think he was scared for his life. I just think that everybody shouldn't have a gun because a lot of people don't know how to react. I can't even imagine. I don't own a gun myself. I've been thinking about it because a lot of my friends have guns. I know a lot of people are crazy.
Right.
But not everybody can have that shit. There's people on drugs. There's people on all kinds of shit. People get turned up. They pull out the gun. And is it worth it, man? Is it worth it? A handicap spot?
Right.
That reaction was way too over the top. Okay.
Yeah, over the top for sure.
He pushed you. That's one thing. But your instant reaction to getting pushed down is to just take your gun out and shoot. Like, you don't even give him a warning or, let a warning shot up in the air. Your first instinct is to shoot to kill.
And my thing is, too, people that have guns, some of them, not all of them, they probably, maybe he was bullied when he went to school.
Right.
Maybe he's overreacting. He's, I got to get on my knees and shoot you instead of giving him a warning and stuff. This guy is like doing some Call of Duty shit, crouching down. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it on the screen that you're sharing.
Word.
This guy overreacted, dude. And this kind of like, it just makes me think like, you can't even approach people these days. You can't even say hi to somebody. Who knows they're going to pull something out on you and shoot you.
So I would like to know the full backstory behind
That's what I feel like too.
Right.
There needs to be more context,
like,
right?
Right.
I'm trying to say, is this
He pushed him. He falls to the ground. He pulls out a gun.
He shoots him in the middle of his chest, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
He shot him in his heart. Like he could have shot him in the leg or something.
He shouldn't have pushed him.
Right.
I mean, this definitely shouldn't have shot him, but he shouldn't have pushed this guy physically.
Right.
And I don't know what the story is completely, but you can't always be a hero. Somebody takes a handicap, let them take the handicap spot. I got so much shit going on. You think I'm worried about somebody parking in a handicap spot? Let this guy.
That's where I was trying to see what the backstory, even if like the backstory to this, like, okay, was he handicapped? Was he trying to park in that space and they just took it and he took it upon himself to voice his opinion about it? I mean, even if that were the case, that does not warrant death.
Right.
That don't even warrant a confrontation.
A lot of these people should not have guns because you need training, you need control over your emotions. Some of these people should not have guns, man.
And let me ask you a question, Ike.
Yeah.
I know down south, like in Florida, can't you just go into a store and give them your ID and you can buy a gun after you get a background check?
I believe you can. And I don't even the background check, I don't even believe it's that extensive.
Right.
You go in there, you get a background check, you get whatever. And then I think some people go to auctions.
Right.
And I think it's even less of a background check or whatever. You just probably give your ID and that's it. You get out. A lot of people in South Florida are carrying guns, and a lot of these people don't know how to control themselves. They get into some road rage thing. Somebody cuts you off. They're pulling out a gun to shoot you.
And I live in New Jersey, man. In New Jersey, you can have a gun, but you can't take it out the fucking house.
No, in South Florida, people are carrying it in their car. They got it in their waist. The neighbor, like I was telling you earlier,
because they also have that, because that's stand your ground. A lot of people feel comfortable doing that because they feel like, you know what? If I feel threatened and I shoot someone and kill them, I can just cite this law and I can get off.
Yeah,
and that pretty much how that works for them, especially.
And I hear a lot of South Floridians, they say that if you're gonna shoot somebody, you shoot them to kill. You don't shoot them at the waist. You don't shoot them in their leg, in their arm. You shoot to kill, because there's something about that. If they survive, then they can go to court and give their testimony. You kill them, well, that's it. Jesus. Case over. That's what people tell me here in South Florida. I'm not even lying.
Jesus.
So a lot of times I'm driving, I chill out. I'm okay. You cut me off, okay, whatever. Because these people are crazy. They're on medication. They're depressed. They're drinking. They're drugged.
A lot of this is people just don't know how to mind their own freaking business.
That too, yeah.
Zimmerman, she should have minded his own
exactly.
business. He was not a cop. You know, you're not a cop. You're not. There was no reason for him to approach Trayvon, period.
One of these people with nothing to do, watching the neighborhood. Maybe he doesn't have a job. He's earning some sort of social security or something from the government. So he's sitting in his house looking out the window. I've had neighbors like that. I'm not that friendly neighbor. I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want you to coming over to borrow stuff and coming and sitting on my couch so then you can rob me after.
Okay.
Wow. Yo, I'm not into that. These people want to be your best friend.
If you see somebody in the neighborhood that you've never seen before, he's got a hoodie on. Okay, call the cops. Let the cops handle it.
True. Right.
And he called the cops, but if I recall, didn't the cop tell him to stand down? Don't engage. Don't approach.
Right.
But you approached anyway. You see. And you got your ass beat for approaching, but then, I'm with Trayvon on that. If somebody's gonna approach me, and you're coming to me and being all confrontational or whatever, and I'm scared for my life, I'm gonna defend myself.
Right, and I think Trayvon got the upper hand on him, and that's why he was like, "Oh man, this guy's beating the shit out of me. Let me just pull out my gun." Because
I believe that's exactly what happened. He approached somebody thinking he had the right to and got his ass whooped. And not only that, you got that right there just kind of hurts your pride that this young black boy is kicking your ass. So to get
it's true. And you know what's so messed up? Like Jay-Z said in that song recently with I forgot who it was. It was Jay-Z and Drake. They made a song together, and he was talking about like,
is it Mob Ties?
Mob Ties, yes.
I was guessing.
On the ball. All these gangsters, all these thugs, we're killing our own people. We're killing our own black people, our own culture. But this guy, he's free.
He said y'all kill X, but couldn't kill.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on. I'm sorry, I'm turned up, but come on with that bullshit, yo. Turn up. Kill that motherfucker. And I heard he's gotten shot before in traffic, but nobody got him. Yo, this guy is free roaming the streets. Like, come on, yo.
So in you guys' opinion, all these so-called gangsters, all these self-acclaimed gangsters, they lose all their cool points for that.
I think they do. And you know what else I learned? Like, I used to do crazy videos too where I was like ranting, but I've taken them down because I realized like, people could come for my family, they can come for me. I'm not fucking gangster, I'm a thug. So I've done videos and I've taken them down because I know people can come for me. But some other people, it's like 6ix9ine, you're putting out that kind of energy. Yo, there's people out there that will come for you, especially if you got money. I don't got money, so there's not much you're gonna get from me.
That whole XXX situation was just sad.
That is sad, yeah.
Unnecessary and sad,
And now they're saying there was like 4 people involved in that whole thing, and I'm sure those people he knew. A lot of times, it's people that you know, that you trust, that'll run up on you and rob you. They know your routine, they know your schedule.
The word on the curb is the suspects that were locked up for shooting him, they getting a banana in their tailpipe right now in the penitentiary. So that's the word.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, you didn't hear about
a lot of fans. No, I didn't hear about that. He has a lot of fans. He has a lot of fans.
They was
cell block. He get that cell block 8 treatment.
No, they said no. It was the one guy that was supposedly the getaway driver that they were saying allegedly got attacked in a shower or something like that. Like right straight out of a prison movie. I don't know how true that is though.
Right.
But
I believe it.
They were saying that old dude, what's his name? Whatever. I don't know none of these mumble rappers. I'm sorry.
You get the heat from you. Mumble rappers? Don't call them that.
No, I'm talking about they were saying that I was about to say Crunchy Black, but that's the other rapper. This one is Kodak Black.
Kodak Black, yeah. Yeah, I was afraid. Even the XXX thing, I was doing some coverage. I was afraid to even talk about that. I was like, yo, these thirsty motherfuckers are gonna come for me.
Unfortunately, they hit you with a strike for that shit, didn't they?
Yeah, one video. I don't even know why or how.
But that whole
got a strike.
It's like you know, a bunch of these people that they said that was involved, because, you know, I was hearing different things. Like, some people were saying this was a setup by, you know, his own people, and others are saying this was just a crime of opportunity, you know.
Right.
And these were some of the dumbest criminals I have ever heard of.
Stupid. I sometimes wonder why some of these people do it, because you're gonna get caught unless you're really good. There's cameras everywhere. People are carrying cell phones. There's recordings everywhere.
Dude, they did this robbery. Dude had on orange slides. Like,
yo,
you're not gonna figure
in the middle of the day. Like back in the day,
like
it would be at night. They would try to hide it. Now it's the middle of the day. They're doing this. They're being recorded.
But I just feel like he was senseless because I was reading that, you know, the guys that they did catch, they found like the receipts in a garbage can at the house for like $800 worth of clothing. Wow. Still have the clothing that you were in the day of the robbery still at your house. Like,
there was a video.
You gotta learn to burn this stuff. Like,
yeah, there was a video that I saw. To burn it. I literally saw a video where it was like 4 of them sitting in the car, and they had all the cash because supposedly XXX he had like at least 10,000 cash because he went to the bank, he took out the money, he had it in this like bag or whatever, and
50,000. It was
50,000. Was it? Damn.
Yeah, it was like 50,000.
Okay. And I saw the video with the guys that, flipping the cash. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Telling me he couldn't afford security.
That's what's weird. I think he was comfortable, man. He should have paid for some security. I think he was comfortable.
I guess he felt like he was safe. But, you know, I'm like, if you got money and you got any kind of fame or clout or whatever, you need to have that security. You can't. My thing is, you can't move like a regular person because you're not a regular person no more. You know, you need to just go ahead, suck it up, and have your security with you because I don't care where you are.
He was riding around Florida in an I-8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I would be paranoid, man. I'm telling you, I'm paranoid now. And I only have like a little bit of subscribers. I'm paranoid now. If I was big like that, I would be paranoid. I would have security or something. Even if you're not into guns, have some security with you. Spending all that stuff on like things that don't mean anything to protect your life, you know, it's just.
I mean, I know he couldn't leave Florida because he was under probation or something. But you know,
well, that was the big debate with XXX too. People were saying like. A lot of people were like, F him and good that he died. He beat that chick and he's like a woman abuser. I saw a lot of people commenting that. Good for him and good that he's dead and he's a woman beater. And people were posting pictures of like his ex.
Dumb motherfucker.
There was a lot of people saying some negative stuff. And I was like, damn.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like, I didn't know too much about this guy beforehand, other than like just like the Tekashi guy. The most I ever heard of Triple X was that those court cases, the abuse stuff, and the alleged Satanism and all that stuff. That's what I was hearing about him beforehand. And then on the other half, I was hearing people say, you know, he was trying to get away from that. He was trying to change his life. He was trying to be better, you know, be a better
that's
person.
What I heard too.
You know,
he really was.
Yeah, I like that about him, and I respected that he was trying to change his life, you know. And what happened before, it was a lot of speculation. He was going to court for it. I don't know. I just know the guy was trying to change his life, and I respected that.
You know what's crazy? He was on Instagram talking about inspirational shit, like making inspirational messages and shit.
From the stuff that I was watching, you know, reading up on him and watching some of the videos and stuff. I'm like, okay, he's really talented. And I always feel like, you know, we always want to believe the worst about people. And sometimes the worst is true. But sometimes with these younger people, you want to, for the sake of, you know, this world, this generation, you want to give them that opportunity to learn and to grow and to be better people. You know, too many times we just write folks off when really they're crying out for help. They need that help. But you got people who are turning their backs on them and, you know, I don't wish death on nobody. He could be one of the worst people in the world. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, he deserved to die." Nobody deserved to get shot in broad daylight several times in the neck. You know, with their death being broadcast online for their family and loved ones to see.
That's crazy. You know what's so crazy? Real quick, you know that they said the soldier kid, that kid, like, that they were accusing him.
They were blaming
doing
him.
first.
Yeah.
He comes out, Soldier Kid comes out on social media and says, the Triple X murder ruined his career. Nigga,
What
what
career?
I don't believe
What
it.
career? That's what I just said.
What I
career?
believe is it brought him more hype because in one video that I saw, he was promoting his like SoundCloud because he's like a rapper too. He was promoting all his links and all that stuff, so he got a lot of clout and stuff out of this whole incident. So I don't think it messed up his whole situation. But do I believe there was people coming after him? For sure, probably. Shit, I'd be afraid if people were blaming me for X's death. X has a loyal, hardcore fan base.
That's a fact.
People will die for him. And what I saw too was like, I think it was in Russia, like people that went to like one of his funeral things or whatever. Like they had like a special, and somebody went there and trashed all the stuff in front of all the people, and they didn't do anything about it. I was like, damn.
Wow.
I mean, it just reminds me of like I'm not in any way trying to compare X to Michael Jackson, but I recall back when Michael Jackson passed away, you know, because he has such a large fan base as well. There was reports that people were committing suicide because he died. You know.
Wow.
And X got some crazy fans like that too. I remember they were saying that people were trying to jump off bridges or buildings or something.
I believe it.
This guy died.
I believe it.
Well, Dre, I want to say this to you.
What's that?
Triple X was dope. He was. But Michael made Thriller. I'm going to just leave it like that. Let's hop into this whole Cardi B Offset shit, yo.
Before you go back, let me say this. Honey, Bad was MJ's best album. Bad, okay? B-A-D. Bad.
What did you guys think about the whole Drake and he made that song using Michael's vocals?
I didn't even hear it, bro.
You haven't heard it? Oh, okay. We won't talk about it then.
I kind of boycotted Drake after that blackface shit. I'll be honest with you.
They auto-tuned my baby.
I think I was the only one that boycotted him, to be honest.
He took a big L.
I'm like, that to me is up there with that Justin Timberlake duet they had with Michael. I'm like, that should have just stayed dead.
How y'all feel about this Offset situation, though, man? How many times is he gonna go to jail before he learns his lesson, man? He's rich. He got a baddie, right? I mean, she's not bad in my eyes, but in his eyes, he got a baddie. You know, he got everything that any of us could really ask for. You know, as far as his physical world, right? So what's going on with this dude? He got demons that he can't resolve. Why does he keep fucking himself over?
So like, I'm looking at the article, and I guess he got pulled over. Was it pulled over because he made like a improper lane change, and he had marijuana and a weapon on him? They
were saying it was tinted windows, and then an improper lane change or whatever.
I think it's silly when you have that much money. Right. You don't need to carry guns. You can hire security. Why the hell are you carrying marijuana? Why the fuck are you not putting your signals when you change the lane? It's like here in South Florida, none of these people are putting their signals. It's silly. It's silly, man. I don't even know how to explain it, how to justify it. You have a woman, a wife, and a child now, right? Like, you need to get your act straight. There's nothing else to say about that. Like,
Cardi B said herself she like him in and out of jail. So
damn. Oh, I didn't know that.
She said that. So
wow.
She got exactly what she wanted, okay?
I think it's silly shit. I think at some certain point, just hire the security. You're making a lot of money. And I think a lot of these people too, I even think about myself. Like, you need a team of even just friends, of people that are going to be honest with you and not going to bullshit you, to tell you when you're slipping, yo, you need to get your act. Not people that are just going to tell you, yeah, you're doing great, you're amazing. No, you need people that are going to be straight up honest with you. And that's hard to find when you're slipping, when you're fucking up, when you're doing this and that, when you're going off the rails. I don't even know if you guys know FuzzyTube. FuzzyTube's going on some like manic depression. He has 10 million subscribers. Right? Yeah. You need some people, and I have a few people around me sometimes because I slip up a lot of times, to tell you, yo, Mel, like, yo, you're fucking up. Like, get your shit together. And that's what this guy needs. I don't know who he has around him. You have a child and kids. And it's going to catch up to you eventually, just like 6ix9ine. You know, I don't know.
I think it's just fucked up how we're kind of looked at as normal people. You know what I'm saying? Our bank account ain't extravagant, but we got more common sense than they do. You know what I'm saying? Like if we were blessed to be in that situation, to step inside those shoes with that financial freedom, yeah, it wouldn't be all this drama going on. You know what I mean? I just don't understand the disconnect. I don't understand the separation. You feel me?
I wonder if that happens after a while. Like maybe we just don't understand. Once you start making a bunch of money, you get wild like that. You know, I don't know.
You know, we talked about this in another live stream before, where we were talking about how money really doesn't change you; it just magnifies who you already are.
Fact.
True, and that makes me think about the whole Anthony Bourdain. I don't know if you guys know
Facts.
the guy that killed himself.
Yeah.
He did drugs in the past. He had a rough past, but the guy was on CNN. He had his own show. This guy was traveling the world.
Right.
And then the guy kills himself. And you know what that taught me? Like you were saying, money doesn't mean shit. If you have problems and you can't figure out a way, money's not going to resolve the problems, yo. Kate Spade, or whatever her name is, she killed herself too. All these people killing themselves. It just goes to show money.
And I think they both hung themselves, right?
Yes. That's, yo, can you... And I've talked about this before. Just think about the process that it takes to take a fucking rope and hang yourself. Like there's a moment when you're hanging yourself that you're probably like, oh shit, like I shouldn't do this. I should stop. Let me take this. Yo, when you're hanging yourself, it's a commitment. That's like serious. It's deep.
Because you know what? I did some. I'm sorry to cut you off, Dre, but let me just get this off real quick. There's a I did some research and they said there's this knot called a hangman's knot, and how you're supposed to properly, hang yourself is, when you're standing on, when you're hanging from a tree and then somebody kicks it from you,
right.
Your neck is supposed to snap, and that's how you die. But when the way they were hanging themselves, they were ultimately really just suffocating themselves to death. But go ahead, Dre.
That's got to be a horrible way to die. Go ahead,
absolutely.
Dre. And you know the Lincoln Park guy? I'm sorry, the Lincoln Park guy, Chester Bennington?
Chris?
He hung himself. Yeah. I think it was Chester Bennington.
Chester,
dude hung himself. That guy has, I don't know how many kids, over 4 to 5 kids. Hung himself in a room. Can you imagine being the wife and the kids are coming home to walk into that? It's just crazy. So it just really goes to show that money ain't shit. And I stress myself out so much about money, and it just goes to show.
And Robin Williams, Robin Williams was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite actors, and he hung his stuff too, as well.
Yeah.
So, but then what really kind of hurt me, and this may take y'all way back, but if you recall, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show, The Famous Jet Jackson, back in the day.
No.
Now, dude, like that, he committed suicide as well, but he shot himself. And that kind of hurt me a little bit because I used to love Jet Jackson.
I never heard of it. I'm looking at his pictures right now, though.
Oh, you quick with it, ain't you?
Yeah. I never heard of this show, but I see him.
Yeah, I think he was on some other show that was on TV that I never watched. Rizzoli and Owls or something like that. Yeah, I don't know really. I can't really say what makes these people want to commit suicide, but depression is a bitch, Yeah. And like you said, true. money, whatever, that doesn't fix that. Whatever void you're feeling or whatever hole there is, that's not gonna fix that at all.
And it seems like in the urban community, especially, if you're ethnic,
talk that shit.
Sometimes some parents they don't even want you to talk about it. They don't want you to go to therapy. I've gone to therapy plenty of times. I'll just tell you guys that, and it's helped me out a lot.
Depression and suicide and all that kind of stuff. Mental health is still like a taboo topic in the community, in the Black community.
They don't want you getting any kind of therapy. They don't want you talking. I've gone plenty of times, and I can tell you that it's helped me out a lot to deal with some of the stuff I've gone through.
Can I ask you guys a question, man? Have you guys watched that show Atlanta on FX?
No. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't support Childish Gambino.
I don't really fuck with him anymore.
I like him, but I haven't watched the show.
Pretty much, long story short, there was this episode, and it was called FUBU. Y'all familiar with FUBU?
For
The
us,
old
by
school,
us.
like
The clothing brand.
yeah.
For us, by us. Yeah.
Buy us, fuck you. Or how high. But long story short, in the episode was about Childish Gambino when he was a younger kid, and he went to school, like he went to Marshall's, and he bought a FUBU jersey. His mom bought it for him because it was on sale, right? So then he goes to school, and everybody's like, "Yo, you got that FUBU? That shit is fresh, right?" So then his classmate comes in with the same FUBU shirt on, but his has like a patch on it, right? So then they're like, "Oh shit, one of y'all got a fake FUBU jersey on." So they was pretty much like saying that we're gonna roast the shit out of whichever when we find out whoever got that fake jersey, we're gonna roast the shit out of you, right? So by the end of the day, they find out that the other kid, his not Childish Gambino, the other kid, his classmate had a fake. Well, actually, Childish Gambino had the fake FUBU jersey, but his cousin, his name is Paperboy. He's like a famous rapper in the show. He helped him out and he lied on him, and then he made everybody believe that the other kid had the fake jersey on. But long story short, they roast the kid, they bully the kid over a fake t-shirt, right? So then the kids going to the bus, they're throwing shit at him, they're really ridiculing him. So the next day, the teacher comes in, or the principal, whatever, and he comes in and says, I just wanted to let all you guys know that whatever his name, such and such, he committed suicide last night. And, you guys should just, be aware of what's going on with each other. And then the dude goes home, Childish Gambino goes home with his cousin, and his mom is like, "Oh, I got a call today that, one of your classmates committed suicide. They were saying that the older kids were bullying him or some shit." And just to sum this whole thing up, it's just like, it seems like when you're born with a certain skin color, you by default have to go through certain, bullshit just solely based off of your goddamn skin color. You know what I'm saying? And that episode just like brought me back to that, because I remember wearing FUBU and my shit was real, but at the same time, it's like we shouldn't have to. And then actually also in the episode, there was a white kid in the episode, and the white kid, like the black, Childish Gambino was telling the white kid, he's like, "Bro, if they find out my shit is fake, I'm gonna get roasted forever." And then the white kid's like, "I don't really understand what the problem is here. I wore this shirt 2 times this week already." You know what I mean? He had a regular ass shirt. So it's just fucking crazy.
It's interesting. Crazy. It is interesting, like looking back and like thinking about my childhood and going to school and like the pressures that we have as kids, and you got to wear name brand, you got to wear certain things. I was never really into that, and I was never really into hanging out with the cool kids and stuff. But I remember the pressure, and some kids that got picked on, and I remember because I was raised in New York. Wow. And I used to go to PS207. I remember in PS207 there was these Italians, and they were racist. And luckily I had a friend that would kind of protect me and look out for me, and like they would try to pick on me a couple times, but my homeboy, he was real like built and whatever, so they wouldn't mess with me that much. But it made me think about the kids that don't have that kind of protection or that go through that kind of shit and like whatever. I was never that interested in being fucking cool. I would always root for the underdog or whatever. And looking back, a lot of that shit is silly, yo. Like the type of sneakers that you wear, I don't care about that. Once you have kids and you got all these bills and all that stuff, I think we all have our thing that we spend money on, but like sneakers, clothing, it's not that, at the end of the day, it's not that important. It's not that interesting, and it's kind of a waste of money. And people are getting killed over Jordans. You get killed over that shit too. People are killing over that. So
but it's just sad that doesn't happen really in really the white community. It doesn't happen.
True.
Man. They wearing fucking open-toed chancletas.
Chancletas.
Well, I can say that I have never ever owned a pair of Jordans ever.
Me either. For sure.
I don't plan on it.
I got a pair in the closet. I only wear them, like once a month.
I can't even say I really own too many pairs of sneakers in general, though, because.
But you a female, it's different for you, Dre.
I'm like that song from Kanye back in the day when he was asking, "Have you ever had shoes without shoestrings?"
You a girl,
like,
Drea. It's different. You don't have to deal with getting bullied. Dudes not even worried about what kind of shoes you got on.
True. I feel like with
lies
men,
you
it's like this little
tell, lies
competition
you
in school.
tell,
Don't care.
lies you tell, lies you tell. Because it don't matter if you were a male or female. When I was coming up, you got roasted no matter what.
Mm. And it's like it's
You
worse
could get
now,
roasted.
right?
You could get roasted for the most random thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, kids are cruel, but I was crueler, so
for
that was
sure.
kind of
Oh. And I feel like now they're so much more crueler in this day and age versus back then. I mean, I've dealt with some stuff, and it teaches you to grow and stand up for yourself. Either you can stand up for yourself and grow, or you're gonna get ran over.
But I mean, like, I think kids were also tougher back then because you didn't hear a lot about kids who were bullied committing suicide like you do now.
Right. But I also think it's like social media too. Like you can get completely embarrassed and humiliated on social media. And some of these kids, it's like the end of the world for them. You know?
And they don't give themselves time to grow and develop and get out of that environment,
Right.
So that's just crazy, but stuff happens. Like I don't know, I remember someone telling me that kids were punk asses nowadays. And I hate to say that, but it's kind of the truth.
And then now you look today as an adult, you could go outside wearing whatever you want and nobody gonna say shit to you. But when you was a kid, you get ridiculed all day for no reason. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah. I remember in New York there was like a day that like
no reason.
I forgot what it was called, but it was a day that like the gangs, I don't know if it was Crips or Bloods, they would go around, they'd slash you in the face. Like just
buck 50.
Was it called? Was that what it's called? I don't know what it was called.
Buck 50, yeah.
It was a day, and we would get scared as shit when we were going to school. It was scary back then. These people were just to get initiated, they slash you in the face. So but I consider myself lucky, man.
In Manhattan?
I was in Queens.
Oh,
I was in
shit.
Queens, but I used to go to Manhattan too. I was going to Manhattan. I was going to aviation high school for a while. But in Queens, I went to John Adams. John Adams, bro. Let me tell you, John Adams. John Adams, when you got there was a freaking metal detector and like an X-ray thing. You had to put your book bag through the X-ray machine, and you got to walk through a metal detector. That's how it was back then.
That is every New York based.
Is that how it is now?
TV show that I have ever seen.
It's like you're going to the airport. Yo, they scan you now. I'm like, damn.
It was so crazy, bro. I went to school. I went to high school, and I moved. I lived in Jersey, but I got in so much trouble up here. I moved to live with my grandmother in Virginia. I lived in Hampton, but I went to school in Newport News. And I think Pusha T and the Clips is from Hampton, either Hampton or Newport News. Okay. But I mean, when I tell you I went to this high school, I mean, look, as a young kid, I'm going into school. They got security guards with guns from the jump. Wow. We didn't have metal detectors, but I mean, it was serious, man. I mean, I never seen that before I went there, and I was just like, wow, can I get shot at school?
No, I guess I must have went to the lamest high school ever because nothing ever really happened.
Really?
Nothing happened.
I have to say I was lucky. I was pretty lucky.
I think the most quote unquote excitement we had back when I was in high school was one of the girls prank calling a bomb threat to the school.
Wow.
And now that I think about it, like the teachers and the people in charge there, the officials didn't really take that seriously because they had us sitting out on school buses, like in the parking lot of the school. And I'm thinking, hell, if this shit blow up, you still got us right here in the vicinity of the school.
It's a lot more serious now, though. Now they take you out. You got to go home and all this stuff. I guess back then it wasn't as serious.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that serious back then because, none of these black kids knew how to build a bomb. I'm just saying.
I took a couple L's in school. I remember I got knocked out one time. There was this kid that was like taller than me. It was in Manhattan. It was that aviation high school. And I don't know what it was. This guy thought I was talking shit about him, and I wasn't. I got out of school, and like he was like came up to me, approached me, he was talking all this stuff, and he was like in my face. And at one point, he was talking so much in my face that like the spit started to fly in my face. So at one point, I just swung at him because he did that whole thing where you know how somebody jerks at you to try to scare you. He did that, and I thought he was gonna hit me, so I punched him like in his chin. So after that, he just starts swinging wildly, swinging. And at one point, he caught me, just douche right in the chin, and I blacked out for a couple of seconds. I fell to the ground, and I came back to, and I was like, damn, I took an L that day.
Should have punched him. You should have karate chopped him in the goddamn Adam's apple.
I should have, but yo, my mom was pissed off. She was turned up. She came up to the school the next day and all this stuff to the principal. My mom was that kind of mom. That's the last time he messed with me. He apologized and everything.
That's the thing. You stand up for yourself. Somebody fucks with you, stand up for yourself.
That's what it is. That's true. Even if you take the L, you gotta like try to stand up for yourself. Sometimes kids don't stand up for themselves, and when people see that, they're gonna punk you. But at least if you stand up for yourself, you take the L. Everybody takes the L sometimes, and that's what happened that time, you know.
I haven't took no L's. I don't take L's.
Nah, you don't take L's. Okay, Tekashi.
Oh shit! She about to be Tekashi out here.
Test the gangster.
She on my test my gangster tour.
I'm just saying, like, I was a model student. I didn't do nothing. I was just like, you know, I kept to myself, minding my own business. Ain't nobody try to fade me. Ain't try to fade nobody. You know.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a band, and see, you know, some people think like you see these TV shows, they always show geeks and stuff in the band. Like the band was the coolest squad at my high school, so we were the cool kids. Okay, then nobody.
Cool kids. Okay.
Yeah, me with my clarinet.
Yo, her and Squidward, man. Hers. This one time at band camp, her and Squidward, man.
Hey, I don't have no band camp stories, okay?
Oh, okay. That we know of.
Right?
No, period. No band camp stories. Told you. I was a square. I was a square too.
I was a square too for a long time until it hit.
We all squares.
And then I went crazy. 2010, I went crazy. I can't even tell those stories. I went nuts. I have to wait till like I'm 50 something to tell those stories.
Mel say, "Get the strap." Mel got the strap before 50 did.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure T was like a knucklehead. You know
who, me?
Yeah, you a knucklehead.
Bible study 4 times a week.
What? No, you did 4 times a week.
4 times a week, baby. Praise Allah.
I just picture him.
I'm lying like a motherfucker. Yeah.
I just picture T as that little knucklehead that was trying to gain the girls out of their panties back then.
We got to keep this PG. This is a family.
Family. For real, bro. Before they strike your ass and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I fuck with y'all, man. I don't want to hold y'all hostage all night. I really want to get into this last segment.
All right, let's do it.
Who are you guys' favorite artists of all time, any genre, and what is your favorite verse? Your verse doesn't necessarily have to be your verse has to be the same from that artist. Who wanna volunteer to go first? And you gotta rap the verse. You gotta rap the verse. You gotta rap the verse.
Jesus,
how you feel?
That is tough.
That is really
favorite
tough.
Artist. You want me to go? Y'all want me to go first?
All right,
you could go first because
you go first.
You already knew you had this in the bag. So,
well, my favorite rap is
hip hop, right?
You talking any genre you want, man. You could fucking
any
say.
Genre?
You could say Britney Spears if you're feeling that way. Any genre. Any genre. But me personally, my favorite lyrical rapper of all time is Nas. But my favorite all-around rapper, is Notorious B.I.G. And I'm saying my favorite Biggie song. Well, I'm not gonna say my favorite Biggie song, but my favorite verse from him is in Juicy, man. Y'all ready for this shit?
Let's get it.
I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke skunk with my peeps all day. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The Moet and Alizé get me pissy. Girls used to diss me. Now they writing letters because they miss me. I never thought Clearwater, what happened? This rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play toast. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens. Shout out Icket Bell. Indo for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool because I dropped out of high school. Shout out me. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good. Baby, baby. That's me.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's me, man. I love that dude, man. And if he was still alive, bro, man, I'd be a Biggie fucking stan.
Damn, damn, that's a lot of pressure. What am I gonna? Oh my god, I don't even know what's my favorite. There's so many verses that I like.
You go with Enrique Iglesias, whoever you feel, homie.
Kanye West Spaceship was pretty dope.
That Kanye West Big Brother is tough, man.
Oh, Big Brother was I like that song
Big
too.
Brother is tough. How you feel? How you feeling, Dre? What? Who's your favorite artist?
Oh, don't even go to me. I have too many.
I got one for you guys too.
Go ahead.
But Dre, you on an island all day. Who you listening to? She gonna say Jill Scott.
Go on and let Mel do his thing, y'all.
Oh, we coming to you after this.
Okay. Go ahead, Mel.
Shit, Mel about to fucking break out.
You want me to go?
Rhymes. Mel about to bust out some Busta Rhymes and shit.
All right. You guys want me to do it?
Let's get it popping.
Okay. I guess Freeway. I don't even know if you guys who Freeway is.
Shit, Philly Freezer?
Philly. That song, All Right.
Oh,
I like What We Do Too by Freeway and Jay-Z. What We Do, that song is tight. Also.
You know what we doing right.
Go ahead, to rap it though.
You gotta rap that shit. You gotta rap. That's your favorite verse. You gotta rap that shit.
Damn.
All right. What song? I don't even know that song.
All right, let's go. Well, with the gang of thugs, when the ground is a passport, fresh from the airport, I'm back again.
Come on,
we're back again. Oh my god, I can't do it.
You got a weird ass flow too.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it, yo. This camera's on.
Yo,
I'm drunk
shit,
again.
Baby.
I'm high again. I just might fly a kite to my niggas upstate, locked up in the pen.
Get him.
Fucked up last year. We was on the block. I can't be loved. I can't do it. I failed him. I can't do it, bro. It's too much pressure.
Yo, his flow is hard. His flow is hard.
Yo,
his flow is all off beat too. So I give it to you, yo. That shit. I gotta listen to that song, man.
What about What We Do? Can I do it?
Even know what
we do is wrong. Still hustle till the sun come up. Crack a 40 when the sun come down. It's a hustle up.
That shit hard. He said Freeway.
Yeah, I can't do it. Lock us down. Throw away the keys. Yeah, I can't do it. I failed you guys. I'm sorry. I'm not good. You know what? I like to write, and I can write some really good stuff. But when it comes to like rapping it, and I've tried it a couple times on my channel, it's horrible. I'm like Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller. I don't know if you saw Quentin Miller's recent freestyle. It was horrible. The guy can write. He cannot rap. I can't rap for shit.
You talking about Destiny?
Was it called Destiny? It was on Hot 97 recently.
Oh, I don't know.
Miller. I don't know if you saw that. It was like a couple of days ago. It was brand new. 3 days ago. 3 days ago.
From the Bay, please step up to the microphone.
All right, Drea. You can do better than me. I messed this up. I'm embarrassing.
Yo, Freeway is hard, bro. I give it to you.
Your Freeway is.
This cadence is fucking all off me. My shit was.
Hey.
Yo, don't make me feel bad. Just act normal. This is all good.
This is so awkward.
Not awkward. Let's get it.
I am not a rapper.
Me either. As you can obviously tell. It's okay.
After
I did it, you're okay.
I have no rhythm. I am not a rapper.
Let's get it. Don't be. Nope. We gotta try. Mel tried.
I tried.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta try.
I'm serious. I have no rapping talent. I listen to it, but I don't recite stuff yet.
And who's your artist?
Oh.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh shit! Yeah, good luck rapping that shit. Notorious.
I was gonna start off with the list. I'll give it up for Wally. Easy or something. I can't rap like Busy Bone. I'm just playing. Actually, I do like Bone Thugs, but that's not like my favorite artist or anything. And like MJ, Michael Jackson, that's my favorite artist.
That's Thriller. Sing Thriller.
No, dude. No, like okay. Dang it, y'all! Don't put me on the spot like this.
Just bullshit.
I told you, I'm not a rapper.
This is bullshit.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna recite this, but I'm probably not gonna rap it, so it's probably gonna sound monotone.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Turn up.
Okay. I'm seeing it clear, hating the picture in the mirror. They claim we inferior, so why the fuck these devils fear you? I'm watching my nation die, genocide the cause, expect the bloodbath, the aftermath, the y'all. I told you last album we need help because we dying. Give us a chance, help us advance because we trying. Ignore my whole plea, watching us and discuss, and then they beg when my guns bust. They don't give a fuck about us. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Well, what artist was that?
That was Tupac and the Outlaws. They don't give a fuck about us.
They don't give a fuck about us. I remember that.
Yeah. See,
damn.
Like I said,
it's Tupac.
Yeah,
is Tupac your favorite artist?
He's not my favorite, but he's up there. Like, MJ has a song called "They Don't Care About Us," and then Tupac had the song "They Don't Give a Fuck About Us." I like both of those songs because they're both really relevant till today. If you read the lyrics to both of those songs, they're very relevant now.
Yo, Mel, is Freeway your favorite artist?
No, it's hard for me to narrow down. And you know what song I was thinking about too is that Eminem song.
Which one?
They call me Superman. Leap tall holes in a single bound. I'm single now. Got no ring on his finger now. Never let that chick bring me down. A relationship, save it, bitch. Babysit. You make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit. Girl, you can jump on Shady's dick.
So how you can sing Eminem fast rapping ass?
That song I used to like for a long time, but I like so many different artists. It's hard. It's really hard to narrow.
It's hard to pick.
I like rock too. I listen to rock. I like EDM, like a bunch of different. It's so hard for me to narrow down one person. And like Dre was saying, I can't rap for shit, as you guys can tell. I can't.
I mean, you just rapped Eminem's fast rapping ass shit. That's
Guilty Conscience. You guys remember Guilty Conscience? Eminem and Dre.
Ooh, bro. Oh my God. Eminem was a monster when he came out.
Thieves in the Night, Black Star with Mos Def and Talib Kweli. I don't know if you get it.
That was real rap, bro.
Yeah, that's real rap. That's real rap.
That was this. That was this.
You know what I like from Nas too? The Lost Tapes, Do Rags.
Oh yeah, Purple.
Purple.
Again, yes. And then on my side,
we know everything. We all in the same page, man.
but then on my side, we got Too Short and Mac Dre. So you gotta listen to that.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to much of their music.
Yeah. What's Too Short favorite word, Dre? Dre, what's Too Short favorite word?
Don't even. Yeah, I'm not cursing. You know I don't curse. I can't.
Okay.
It's the Lord's Day. It's the Lord's Day. Respectfully.
I ain't trying to curse on the Lord's Day.
You know who was really
This is a family program.
Pimp C. Pimp C. I wasn't even that much into his music, but there was one video where he was talking about that, like, and I don't want to get too graphic, but he was just talking about like homosexuality and stuff, and he was just saying that, like, you know how a lot of guys, they like to be in the same room with each other, with other men having sex with the same chick, and he's like, we don't do that. That's some weirdo stuff, and all he was like very outspoken against that stuff.
That was an interview, right?
YouTube. Yes, I saw that, and I was like, damn. Damn.
And you know what? A lot of people say that's why they got him out of here for saying stuff like that.
Yeah. He was very outspoken about that kind of stuff, and I know you can't say that stuff now, but yeah, I respected that. He was speaking how he truly felt. I was like, damn, crazy stuff. And I've been in situations like that before where men just like they're cool with that, and it's kind of weird to me. You know, I don't know. We're getting off topic. That's what
allegedly. That's like the Charlemagne shit. If you really go back to the things he's saying, all he really says is, he says, I was smashing a chick and then my homies wanted to smash, or we were hanging out with some chicks and we smashed. You know what I mean? Like things like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I've never been with a chick, and then like I even thought about another man being in the same room.
It's
you know
very
what I'm
weird, and a lot of stuff he said was very.
I don't know
weird.
where y'all got that from, but y'all need to take it way back.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. A lot of men have that mentality because when I was like coming up here in South Florida, I had friends that were like that. Let me get my friends in here. I was never comfortable with another man in the room. I thought that was kind of weird.
Right.
But you would be comfortable with another woman.
Hell yeah.
Well. I'm getting you in trouble here.
Hell yeah.
People could be watching, but it's just weird with another man for sure. Another man in the room, why would you want that? But there's a lot of men that are cool with that. And the stuff that Charlemagne said was very weird.
Because there's a pack mentality.
Right,
exactly.
Men
have that pack mentality. That's
true.
True. It's just like the wolves back in the day when they all, if they shared a kill or whatever, they all ate that kill.
That's like, because I'm not into sharing, but I understand that though. There's a lot of men like that. I don't want to see my best friends. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
But Dre, how do you feel about that? I mean, how do you feel about two dudes, piping down one chick?
I don't feel nothing about it because
I don't know how it's the wording.
Because are you trying to ask me if that's something I would be into? No.
No. I'm asking you as far as the situation. Do you condone it? Or do you think that is, not cool?
I'm not in nobody's bedroom to say, what I approve of, and I mean, people do what they want to do in their own in the comfort of their own home. But let's just get this right. That's some nasty ass shit. Okay, that's nasty.
I'll tell you, the whole Charlemagne situation is very weird because the whole fact that he spoke on brilliant idiots, and he was saying that like he was like sneaking in and putting in Spanish fly into some chick's drink, and that he was having sex allegedly with somebody. It's not even allegedly because this is what he said, that he was having an unconscious chick. She didn't know what was going on. The next day, she was asking if it was multiple people besides him, and his cousin was there, and multiple men were trying to get into the room. It's weird. It's very weird.
The bottom line is, if the woman is unconscious, she cannot consent to anything.
Exactly.
Even if she said yes and passed out, that's a no.
But can I ask you guys a question? This might be a dumb question, but I just want to throw it out there. Is unconscious the same thing as incoherent?
Incoherent and unconscious. Okay, unconscious is you ain't conscious. You can't even be incoherent. You can't even be incoherent because you unconscious. Okay.
God damn.
And I don't know what kind of turn on there is for that. Like unless you're a really thirsty man. That you need that kind of shit, like it's.
Wouldn't that be like necrophilia almost?
Oh my god, that's a whole other level. That's a whole other level, Dre. You're talking about?
I'm just saying.
But it's honestly, it's not that crazy.
It's kind of in the same vein.
It's not that crazy. And you know why I say it's not that crazy? Because I listen to a lot of podcasts about serial killers and like all these demented people. I like to listen to it. And a lot of them, not all of them, they're into that necrophilia. What necrophilia means for people that are watching and may not know, it means you're having sex with a dead person's body. And
shit, I thought that meant she was asleep.
No, it means they're dead and you're having sex with a dead body.
And here's the thing with
she
that.
Sleep forever.
Because I have studied.
Let's get it.
Because here's one thing about it. I've studied this before. And
you studied it? Okay.
So what I'm saying is, because look, I'm in law enforcement, so the criminal justice system.
Did you just say you didn't want us to tell your business?
Well,
let's back up.
I'm just saying it anyway. Let's just don't put it out there. Anyway,
someone please call 911.
Anyway,
pick up the phone. Girl.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of sociopaths and things out there who have sex with women, but they want them to be unconscious because that is the only way they can get off if that person is unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
If they're
that's a real thing, Drea.
That is a real thing.
It is a real thing because some of these men, they can't perform while the woman is like, they're nervous and they're afraid. So they have to be unconscious or they have to be dead, and then they feel more secure about themselves. And I'm telling you, I've heard it on multiple podcasts of these weirdo serial killers having sex.
Not even just that. And not even just serial killers. A lot of this happens in funeral homes.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Wow.
It happens. It does happen. And it's just weird because that person, that dead person cannot consent to that, so it's still rape.
Right.
Wow. That's absurd, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I put that in your head. So the next time you go to a funeral home or a funeral, you be thinking about.
We don't be killing at funeral homes, but still,
it doesn't bother me because I was telling you, I've looked into it, and it happens more than you think, more than you believe, and a lot of people, like, it's just something, I don't know what it is in their mentality. They can't get erect with a woman when she's like conscious
with a live pressure. Woman.
With a lot of women, and then it's like this thing where, okay, they're unconscious, where they're not going to judge me, so I can perform and do what I need. I know it sounds crazy, but if you listen to some of these podcasts, you'd be surprised that there's men out there like that they need women to be completely unconscious or dead, and then they'll try to preserve their bodies.
These dudes are admitting to that.
There are some serial killers that have, they're like, you can find it online. It's documented. Like, just look at the whole Jeffrey Dahmer. Where I don't know if you know about that guy, but he was like he was a homosexual like serial killer, Jeffrey Dahmer. He's very infamous, but the thing that he did, he was like go to gay clubs and he would pick up these guys, and he wasn't comfortable having sex with them while they were conscious. So a lot of times he would slip like sleeping pills into their drinks, so they would like get very like drowsy and out of it. And then he would kill them and have sex with them. And then the thing he would do too is that he would try to like, at one point he was trying to like inject acid into their head to make them like a zombie, because he didn't want them aware of what was going on, but he wanted to have sex with them and keep them there with him. So when he finally got caught, he had freezers with heads, torsos, legs, all in the apartment. Yo, Jeffrey Dahmer, look him up. The guy is a fucking psycho. And that's what it was. He couldn't have sex with somebody that was like conscious. That he needed them to be completely out of it. And there's men out there like that. It's true.
Is there a cure to that?
I don't know,
There's really not a cure to sickness like that. But you should look up, if you want to have a more of an interest in that, you should look up Edmund Kemper. He's a serial killer who is into necrophilia. Like, he killed his victims for the specific reason to actually have sex with dead females.
I think I heard of this guy. I think I saw
And he also consumed their flesh. So not only was he into necrophilia, he was also into cannibalism.
I'm sipping, Drea. Relax.
He is on,
I'm trying to enjoy my drink. Okay. You talking about nigga eating carcass?
Mel, he wasn't expecting his podcast to turn into that.
I mean, I appreciate the information.
You might have to cut up this podcast. What I've kind of learned too, sometimes cutting it up and putting it into sections and then uploading it, it gets a lot more views. You might have to do that if you have time.
Facts. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the information.
I could get into serial killers. I love talking about serial killers. That might be for another conversation, but
I would suggest sending me like the topic list at hand so I can stay on topic. If that's
for sure. I tend to do that too. I get very off topic, and I have conversations with my friends.
More like it's the same way with my friends. We can talk. We can go from one topic to the next, and then like 5 seconds flat, we be talking about 3 or 4 or 5 different things. It's like a regular conversation.
Well, shit, since we jump in topics, how y'all feel about this little Boosie situation? Apparently, what I'm not sure if he blacked his daughter's eye or if he said he was just going to black his daughter's eye. And then he had his baby mama snitching on him all over social media. Are you guys up to date with that?
I'm not very familiar with that.
I'm not too up to date. When you sent me the topics, I looked it up and I saw a little bit of an article that his baby mom was saying that he did that. He's saying that he didn't.
Right.
All I can say is that women sometimes are very spiteful and they'll say things. But to say that you hit your child, that's very extreme.
Right.
That makes me wonder what happened. Does she have proof? She needs to prove it.
Right.
It's just kind of crazy. She's saying that he was abusive to the daughter. You need to have proof about that.
I always say when you throw out real serious allegations, you definitely need to have some sort of proof or something to back you up, because that's very serious. That could ruin people's careers.
Exactly.
And so, if you're gonna come with that,
known to be spiteful as shit, more than men. Very fucking spiteful. They'll use everything they can against you to break you down. So, but to me, that's a very serious allegation to say that you've hit your children. That's crazy to me. I don't know.
But Drea, how do you feel about all these females out here on social media putting their personal, what's happening within their family on the internet? As a female, would you partake in that type of behavior, or do you co-sign?
I'm a firm believer in, some stuff just don't need to be on social media, because people use social media like My Little Diary or whatever, and they've been and they putting all this stuff out there. Whereas I'm like, I'm not saying no, keep it to yourself, but just some stuff don't need to be shared with the rest of the world. Go to a therapist, go to the police. That person you've got beef with, go to them, talk it out, or whatever. But, I'm not a fan of putting everything on social media. Not everybody needs to be in everybody's business.
Right, and they're saying
because my thing is, don't put something out there and then next time you turn around and say, mind your business. You put your business out there. You put it out there. You can't say respect my privacy when you invited them in. You know what I mean?
Right.
People
and they're saying
always
right now,
have things to say.
They're saying right now in this era, the biggest drug is attention. How do you guys feel about that?
That's true.
Well, let me tell you this. From my own personal experience, I've gone too far on YouTube. I definitely have. I've had like big, huge things on live stream, which wasn't necessarily like I wasn't antagonizing it, but I entertained it. And what I can say is I fucked up a couple of times on live stream where it's like, I shouldn't be saying this shit. I got too cocky. I was drinking. I have followers. And I'm like, oh, well, they're going to understand with me. The shit that I learned is you got to kind of control that stuff. You have to, man. Saying too much on social media, people are going to use those. Look at Charlemagne. They're going to use that stuff against you.
Right.
You got to have some sort of control, and you can't let things get to your head. And I've messed up like that plenty of times. My family is very private. They're not into this whole social media stuff. I am, and I know what comes with it. And I know that one day I can be exposed, and that's just what I signed up for. But as far as my family,
let me ask you a question. How could you be exposed if you're just telling your truths? It's the same thing as you just speaking, outside. The only difference is you're just recording yourself speaking your truth. You know what I'm saying?
True. But when I say I could be exposed, it's because, people could dig up the past about things that I haven't spoken about. People could, like, if they really, it would have to be somebody that knows me. But I'm aware of that. We've all done like dumb things when we were young and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. And in that vein, I don't mean to cut anybody off. I want to ask this because it's kind of related to that. We all recall the situation where the guy in Sacramento got killed by the cops. What was his name? Stephon Clark or something like that?
Right.
So remember there was the big to-do about Black Lives Matter and people, rioting or whatever, just kind of like trying to, talk about this guy. But then people started pulling up his social media posts and stuff from back in the day where it's like he's talking about black women saying all this bad stuff, and then black women were like, "I'm good, love, enjoy." I'm not gonna. They wasn't like, I'm not finna be out here on the front lines fighting for this guy who wouldn't have pissed on me if I was on fire. People were saying that, and then you had some black guys who were like, y'all women should be, marching and doing this, and the women are like, "Nah, we good." So how do y'all feel about that? Like, do you understand why some of the women kind of fell back on that? Or do you feel like, regardless of what he did and said in the past, he didn't deserve to be gunned down like that, so we should still support his family and support, the people who were trying to march for him? What do you think?
You got it, Mel.
Well, I don't know too much about this story, but I see a little bit. I'm looking it up now. I don't think anybody deserves to be killed. As far as the huge support, like even Charlemagne the God, I'm always thinking about that because he spoke out a lot about black women and all this stuff. So a lot of people are like, "F him, F him." My feeling is that I think his family should be left out of it. But you can judge somebody on their past, and that's how I feel too. Like with me, I know some things could come up eventually in the future, but I'm willing to take it. If they're gonna use it against me, hey, this is what I chose, and they're gonna use it against me. But I don't feel that anybody really deserves to be killed or shot or whatever. This guy was he struck 8 times. Man fatally shot in Sacramento. Stephen Clark, right? It's hard to say because I feel like a lot of people's past can come for them, and that's kind of what sometimes we don't understand on social media. And the bigger that you get, the more magnified what you say and what you do gets. You know what I'm saying? People are pulling up your history and all this stuff.
I mean, if they pull up my history, all they're going to see is me talking about, going in on my warriors. Like, that's what...
Shit. If they really wanted to go in on me, I deleted a lot of my stuff. But if they really want to go in on me, they could probably find stuff. But the thing is, if you own up to your stuff, even like Star, that guy owns up to his shit. So it's hard to use something against somebody that when they speak their truth. When somebody's out there, hey, I did this, hey, I did that, and that's what it is. It's hard to use that against somebody versus somebody that's like hiding stuff. And they expose stuff like Drake with the child and the Adidon and all this stuff. Really, that killed him, even though he's still fine.
And Pusha called him a deadbeat dad, and come to find out, he really was a deadbeat dad.
That's what they say. I'm sure he was paying whatever, but I don't know.
I mean, Drake's kid was his business. The whole hiding the child thing. I mean, I don't really have a dog in that fight. I mean, all I can say is that's his life. That's his private life. If he wants to hide a child, hide your child or whatever. But in the same vein, this is social media. This is rap beefs or whatever. These dudes going hard at each other, and Pusha T found an opening.
Yep.
That he could use. People ran with it. Like, oh, he's a deadbeat or whatever. How do you know? We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't. And supposedly Kanye is a snake because Drake went over and Drake wrote one of the songs for the whole Ye album, but like Drake, while he was doing that, showed him some of his music, and like Kanye spilled all the tea to Pusha T. So Kanye is kind of a snake, but you don't know, man. I don't know about Drake, and I respect that if some people want to hide their kids from social media or protect them from that, that's fine. Like I couldn't do that with my daughter. She's all over my stuff, even in my videos. I love her or whatever, but I understand some people want to maybe protect their kids and all that stuff. Drake, it's the thing with Drake is he was gonna roll out a whole shoe promotion with Adidas and his child. He was gonna announce he was gonna make it like a whole money thing. I don't know.
But the thing about Drake that it seems like honestly, I'll be honest with you. I feel like if he had a baby with Rihanna, it would have been rolled out different, right? But because he had a baby with a porn star, I feel like he was trying to finesse that baby to get vacuumed out of her, to be honest with you. I'm gonna just keep it 100. And then when he found out, shit, I fucked up. I can't, she not down to, fall down the stairs for me. I think he was trying to just keep it low until he could figure out a way to roll it out. You know what I mean? And that's
that was his right. That was his right. You know.
That was his right, but also when Pusha T said he was a deadbeat dad, I mean, there's also said Drake. I think Drake even, I don't know if Drake said it himself or somebody else said it, but they said Drake only saw his kid a handful of times. And
that was in his song. So
that was in his song.
Yes, that's what I recall. Him saying that he's only seen the child twice, at least up to that point.
Well, let me tell you something. Being a dad, if you only seen your child twice since they were born, you're a shit dad. Thank you. As a father, I was there for my daughter, like all the appointments, all the doctor appointments.
Wait, Mel, was you in the room?
Yeah, I was in the room.
It was like,
yeah, I was in the room. I saw all that, and a lot of sometimes dads pass out. They were like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm fine. I can see that, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of dads that aren't there for the appointments, aren't there to support the woman when they really need the support. I was there for every single appointment, so. If it's true, I don't know that it's true. If Drake was only there for like 2 or 3 things, yeah, you're that. So it doesn't matter how much money, because money doesn't do that. The woman they go through a lot of stuff when they're pregnant. It's really hard. You need the support of family and friends. That's just my thoughts.
Hey, T, you were supposed to drop the bomb sound, okay?
No, I'm off tonight. I'm sipping.
Boom. You got a bomb sound?
I'm sipping. I'm on that young people drink tonight.
I've been sipping on wine. What do you got?
Y'all alcoholics.
Oh, come on.
What kind of wine? You got some red wine over there, Mel?
Red wine, yeah.
All right, salute. You on that grown man tonight.
About to give me another cup.
You want to know what I'm on?
What you on?
I'm on that cran grape from Ocean Spray.
Oh my
that
God.
Ocean Spray. Man,
that's good though. You don't drink or anything, or at all, or
I don't drink at all. So
I always find that so interesting. People that don't, because like I know supposedly Trump doesn't drink at all, and I think Tekashi and a couple other like famous people, they don't do anything as far as drinking, smoking, pills. And they say they're very efficient in life.
Yeah, but Trump is always at fucking McDonald's and Burger King all the time.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
I mean? Yeah. I mean, well, I personally don't drink alcohol. Never have. I've never smoked.
Never have?
Damn, never have.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Never have.
You better not hang out with us, because
I've always been an experimental person. I like to try different things. So
I got a couple of alcoholic friends. I can hang out with them and still not take a sip of liquor.
Wow, that's good though. That's good for
if you hang out with me and Mel, you're gonna be singing your favorite verse and you're gonna be drinking red wine.
I doubt it. Nobody's ever been able to convince me to take a sip in my 30-something years of living.
You never even been curious? That's so weird.
No, I've never been curious. Why is that weird?
I don't know, because of society. You know what it is? I salute that too.
Different, Dre.
I'm so surprised. Damn,
that is surprising.
It's really not. It's really not. Like,
no, really, that's like being a virgin at 30.
Yo, seriously. Like, what about special events, like a graduation? Somebody gets married and they're doing like a cheers. You never had like champagne or something?
Right.
No, I'll have my wine glass of water, sparkling water.
Damn, are you one of those people that like you go out to the club with your friends and then like you have the drink and you're like throwing it over your shoulder, pretending to drink it?
not even. But when I go out with my friends, they're always like, "One drink won't kill you." And and I have to tell them, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and sip my water, and y'all sit there and mind your business. That's all.
I respect that. The times that I've done the craziest stuff has probably been under the influence of alcohol. Like the biggest stuff that I've done, the crazy videos and rants, it's been alcohol.
You know what? When people find out that I don't drink, they're usually like, "How can you have fun if you're not filled with liquor?" And I'm like, I didn't know I had to be filled with liquor to have fun. I can still have fun.
It's funny though, right? Like that's how society works. You have to be under some sort of influence in order to enjoy yourself.
Yep. I'm under the influence of the good Lord himself, okay?
Hallelujah.
Church, okay?
Church. Hey man, I just want to sincerely tell you guys, man, I appreciate you guys for making time for my raggedy ass live stream show.
I appreciate it, man.
I think we had some great conversations tonight, man. I don't want to hold y'all hostage all night. If y'all got anything else to get off your chest, let me know by all means. If not,
You didn't talk. You didn't speak on the whole Kawhi Leonard and that trade. That trade.
Why you gotta do me like that? I'm sipping, Dre. Damn, you could have brought it up.
Yeah,
Shit.
I'm gonna get some more wine. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time. I might get some more too. Shit. But
Man,
no,
I got like 2% battery life left on this phone.
see, you trying to bring up a new topic and you about to just disappear from the chat.
Well, I got another phone right here. I just plug into the other
Man,
one.
you selling drugs? What is you doing?
No, I just have 2 phones, you know.
Like Rick Ross. I got 3 fucking iPhones and shit.
I have 2 iPhones right now, okay?
What you got that extra iPhone for? You got one for the dudes that be harassing you, your family?
No. You act like one of my friends that be talking about one is the whole phone and the other is the regular phone.
Oh,
I'm like, Lord. I don't have no whole phone.
No, Mel, she thinks she Kevin Gates. She got 2 phones over there.
2 phones, one for the plug, and what was the other one? I don't know.
No.
I got 2.
One business, one personal.
I've been thinking about that recently because my personal phone, I get so many unwanted messages and like notifications. I wanted to get another phone just for like YouTube and social media contacts. I just recently started talking to a friend. He like kind of gives me the heads up when they're giving strikes and stuff. So I kind of want to start networking with other YouTubers and stuff. Sometimes you got to network and talk to people. So I'm kind of just recently learning to do that. And having one phone is just like, it's just too much on one phone, man.
Well, you know, Drea, this guy is pretty big on YouTube, man. He has almost 3K followers. So, you know, I'm glad that I got him on my little intimate live stream tonight, man. You know, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. I try to be humble, man.
You know,
that long ago,
I
just too, you know,
acting like he's so speechless and stuff. Like last night. We're not gonna talk about last night.
What was last night? What happened last night? I want to know.
Hold up. Hold up. So look, as far as this Kawhi situation, man, Mel, how you feel about Kawhi going to the Toronto Raptors?
Right?
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Kawhi. I'm not into sports, so I'm sorry. You'll have to skip me.
Well, I mean, they traded the Raptors traded DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard, and honestly, I feel like it's a dumbass trade, man. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Raptors might be able to be a contender in the Eastern Conference Finals, but we don't know how Kawhi looks. Kawhi, you know, he's almost damn near looking injury prone. He hurt his quad last year. He sat out the whole year, and then what did he hurt before that, Dre? His ankle?
No, he had some stuff with his ankle, but then I don't know the whole story. Like this whole medical thing surrounding Kawhi has been a bit of a head scratcher.
Actually. Right.
And
I'm looking at his pictures. He looks like he's in pain.
They say that Zaza was the one that broke Kawhi.
The guy looks like he's in pain in half of his pictures. Damn.
He probably cried in the car too.
You start taking supplements.
Because I'm thinking if they was gonna trade one of them, I'm thinking Kyle Lowry would have been the one to go.
Right. Right. I absolutely agree with that.
And Antonio said they didn't want Kyle. They got to give up a star for a star.
Now, do you think that the Raptors are going to be? You think it's going to be Raptors versus Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals next year?
I mean, I don't know. That still remains to be seen because, like you said, we don't know what Kawhi is going to look like. If he's going to come back, is he going to quit on the team again? We don't know. But I don't know what. But I know that the Celtics, because they're going to have, we know at least they're going to have Gordon Hayward back. And I'm going to assume that they're going to have Kyrie back. So it's going to be a decent squad. So that's really pretty much now that LeBron's not in the East is wide open. I mean, for anybody. But I'm thinking that's going to be the Celtics who's going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right. It's so fucking funny because I before I came back home and did I tell you fucking guys? I got fucking we were supposed to start the live, as you know, at 8:00, right? I got fucking rear ended on my way home, dude.
What?
Really?
I got rear fucking ended, dude, by a fucking white kid with a Mazda. Yeah, I was rushing to get home because I was at the gym. I went to go play basketball with a longtime friend I had. He's actually from Boston, and I kept talking about, we talked about everything. We talked about how they fucked over Ray Allen, how they fucked over Isaiah Thomas. He wasn't hearing it. He was like, he got pissed when I brought that shit up. But on my way home, I'm literally it's a standstill. There's a bunch of geese crossing the fucking street, right?
God.
No cars are moving. We're all just, still. I'm sitting there for like a minute, half a minute, right? I feel a douche. And I'm like, did this motherfucker just hit me from behind? And I got out of everything, and this dude had a Mazda. The whole front of his car was pushed back. And I got a Jeep. I got a Jeep Commander. And I looked at my car. I had like a scratch on my car. And I was just like, wow, like this dude I'm like, bro, did you really just rear end me, bro? Like, nobody was fucking moving, right? He's like, I don't know, man. My foot slipped off the pedal. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? And I really didn't want to get cops involved and all that shit because I really don't fuck with 12 like that.
That was nice of you. I try not to either. And you know what, though? Like, the other day, I got out of work and I was, like, stressful and I made a turn and, like, it was my fault. Like, I made a left turn and, like, I came too fast and the person, like, scraped the side of the car. I hit their side of the car. And she was very nice and she just let it go. So sometimes it makes me think, like, if it's not that big of a deal, you can be nice and kind of just let somebody go,
Right. No, his car was fucked up.
Was it?
His shit looked like a lawn chair, dude. The whole front of his car folded up. It just folded, man. And I was just like, yo, I'm not paying for that shit.
True.
All this tells me is men can't drive.
Oh no, you didn't say that.
How can't men drive when somebody hit me from behind when my car was stationary?
Men can't drive? What?
You said it was a dude that hit you, right?
Yo, I'm pretty sure this dude was baked out of his mind. It was a white kid. It was a white kid. It was 4 white kids in a little ass Mazda. And then look, get this. He said, like, I'm like, bro, get out the car so I can get your information, right? He's like, I can't. My door is broken. I'm like, nigga, you better climb your ass out the car. Like, I watched this dude climb out of his front window. Like, I was like, dude, you gotta be high. You gotta be high, man. There's no way you can hit a stationary car, man. And I mean, look, I'm just glad that he didn't really rear end me like super hard because it happened out of nowhere, man. And that was the first time I ever got rear ended like in my fucking 10 years of driving. And I was a scary situation because that nigga could have fucked up my whole neck and my back. You know what I'm saying?
That was your first accident?
I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm on point with it when it comes to
South Florida, man. Been on like 3 or 4 already. You can't avoid it here in South Florida. The way these people drive, you gotta have a couple on your belt.
No, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I can't because I would have got out. If I was hurt, I would have got out and beat that dude to death, man. You know what I mean? That's like the dumbest accident you can get.
There goes that road rage.
True. That shit'll get you shot. Hey,
look, if that nigga would have gave me scoliosis on a Sunday for no reason, I would have been okay with that.
True.
You know what I mean? But anything else y'all want to get off y'all chest? Anything y'all want to get off y'all heart before we end this live stream?
I have nothing to offer at this moment.
I'll just say, thoughts in my head. Respect the star, man. I kind of learned a little bit through that guy because I uploaded one of his videos that got taken down. Some of the hate that guy goes through. Sometimes when you're talking about real stuff and certain types of content, people will hate you, make threats and all that stuff, and you got to learn to like ignore it and not let it get to you. So salute to that man. Respect to him. I don't co-sign everything he says, but I do respect that guy. Look up to that guy.
That dude get what? At least like he be having at least almost 2,000 people every time he goes live, dude. Can you imagine that?
A couple times he was #1 on the YouTube live stream. I really like what he does. I respect what he does. You know, and that guy's always said he's for himself. So don't be surprised you get turned out like Lansky.
I'm trying to get like Mel. Mel got like thousands of followers and crap. I don't even be on Twitter to even have like 20 followers.
Let me tell you the Twitter thing. The Twitter thing is not that special. Like the Twitter thing, there's a lot of like follow me, I'll follow you kind of stuff. And I did that for a long time. And that's how I got my followers up. So it's not that big of a deal.
I'm not even interesting enough to be following. All I talk about on Twitter is basketball.
Really?
I told you guys we got a special guest tonight, man. I'm glad he made time for us.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? It's like sometimes too what I've learned is like people are not interested in the normal, like if we're gonna have a conversation about a certain topic, people are not interested in what everybody else is saying. If you're bringing something else different to the table, that's why sometimes I bring my friend Ricardo to like have a debate with me, because that guy thinks crazy. If you bring somebody that thinks a little bit differently, then it's like, oh shit. Sometimes people get mad at you, they get upset with you, but you have to just like Star. Think about Star. Like I wouldn't go as far as Star, because like if you say the stuff he would say, you'd probably get fired from your job.
Yo, facts.
You know what I'm saying? I have a job that I have to maintain, so I can't go all out wild like he does, but I respect a lot of stuff that he says and does. So, and it takes time. Even on YouTube, it takes time and grinding, and like what you're doing now, streaming and like reaching out to people, just consistency. It takes time.
Yeah. Nah,
I'll tell you this though, Mel. When you came up on the live stream and I saw the little microphone, I thought you about to bust some stuff.
Just today, or what are you talking about? When? Today?
Right now, like earlier when you came on the stream and I saw your little red and black microphone, I thought she was about to start speaking some real rap for real. You know?
Nah, I can't rap. I'm horrible. And I tried it one time, and like I was saying earlier, I posted a video, and my friend was like, "Yo, this shit's horrible." I respect that. You could lie to me. I respect the truth. Don't lie to me. Yo, I can't rap. So tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I can't rap, but I can do poetry, spoken word.
I like to write a lot.
So I can do
write
that.
some really good stuff. I'd have to be like a ghostwriter, but I was just saying that, like, you know, just what I've learned recently, because a lot of my videos recently have blown up covering Charlamagne the God, is that people are gonna hate you, and you can't let that get to you. And if it does get to you, then maybe you shouldn't do the social media stuff.
You don't know how much hate I got. Like 100-something likes, and I got 100-something dislikes. It was pure hatred for me. I got like 12,000 views on that video, and it was
Which video?
On my Charlamagne video.
Oh, okay.
Pure hatred, and I loved it.
Twitter.
And that's what I learned from Star. You gotta accept it. And you know what? Like a lot of people, like there's been times where Lansky has kind of like blocked the stuff, and Star always says, "Don't block it, let it come through." And you know what it is? It's like people commenting, even though they didn't like your stuff, them commenting and hitting dislike. It's all analytics.
Right.
The more analytics your video gets, the more it's promoted through YouTube. If you're blocking people, less people are going to watch your stuff. Less people are going to comment on it. You got to let people bring the hate. Let them come with the hate, man.
And it's so crazy that he has 0 moderators in that live chat.
Yo, that's so wild to me.
It's a monkey shit fucking fest, dude.
I love what he does. And then when sometimes when he's really like lit, he's like, "All right, here's the number. Everybody call in." I'm like,
on Friday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it, dude.
I love what he does. I respect what he does. You know, I'm just still careful, but I do respect what he does, though. Good guy.
Yo, everybody already know where to find you, but for the fuck of it, tell them where to find you, man.
Ikedmel, man. ICKEDMEL on YouTube. I like to talk about controversy. I have a lot of YouTuber friends that like to keep things friendly and they try to play safe. I like to talk about more controversial stuff. And I like to have people come on and like we'll have conversations. I got a strike recently, so I can't live stream. But I like to have all different kinds of conversations.
Damn, Dre, you sipping? What is you doing?
She's wilding out.
You fell asleep?
Find me on YouTube though, Ikedmel. So And low key, I was gonna. Do you put tags on your videos? You use certain tools and stuff, or?
Yeah, I put tags. You know, like keywords.
Yeah. Do you use something like software or no?
No, I don't use not software.
TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy.
TubeBuddy.
Yeah, I'll send you the link after. I'll email you. There's some good stuff that you can put like nice tags and stuff on your videos.
Oh shit! I'm about to level up. Miss Dre.
Maybe I need to level up and do a YouTube channel. But see, I like to be low key, so I don't think that would be a good idea.
It depends. Yeah, if you're not too worried about like what I respect about Star is like he talks to a lot of the people that are smaller than him. A lot of YouTubers that are big don't do that. Don't even acknowledge you. You know, so
and he gives you a genuine shout out.
Yeah. You know, he shouted me out. I was like, "Oh, snap!" I kind of wanted to record it. I was like, "Oh, shit, Star!"
Now, if I did a YouTube channel, it'd probably be mostly natural hair and all that kind of stuff.
There's a thing for that though. A lot of women like that, the whole natural thing. I like that too.
It's kind of saturated though.
Is it?
Oh shit! I'm sorry, Dre. You said you wanted to talk about that.
Do you want to get into that or?
You said that. You brought that up. Let me just go back to what you said.
That's also challenging on YouTube too. Is like everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody has the same ideas. Everybody has the same thoughts. So a lot of times it's like, what can you say that's different? You know.
All I can do is be me and bring my special brand of something. Mm-hmm. I'm me. I'm an individual, so I'm gonna say what I feel.
True.
And, you know, I don't censor myself. Well, you know, you gotta censor yourself a little bit.
You kind of do, but I've always appreciated people that don't. That's why I've always liked Star. I admire people that don't have to censor them. That's what I noticed about Loki. Also, he's very uncensored. Maybe when he gets bigger, he might have to censor himself. But like, I really appreciate that. There's a lot of things because my girl, I was listening to you earlier.
I talk about censor. I mean, like the things that you talk about as far as your personal, your private life. You need to censor a little bit of that.
True.
There are people out there who's watching and listening to every move. They can piece together your entire life just off the stuff that you say.
Yeah, that's something I'm working on.
What was you saying now? You said just something about your girl or something?
Oh, she was listening. I was listening to you earlier when you were talking about Tekashi, and she was like, "Yo, I agree. This rainbow head motherfucker, like acting like a gangster." She told me that earlier. I was like,
"Dude, I fucked around and did like a 2-hour live stream during that because I had people actually hit me up." So that was awful. But Dre, you said something about I can't find the text, but you said the propaganda when it comes to black females.
Anti-black propaganda that's on social media.
All right, let's end it on that.
Okay. I'm just saying that, you know, I've talked to a couple of people or several people, and there was this topic amongst ourselves where they were saying that it seems like now more than ever there's a lot of anti-black women propaganda, a lot of mess that's going around on social media. Like there's a lot of attacks on black women coming from mostly black men.
Right.
So they're pushing this agenda that black women aren't desirable, they're this and they're not this and this. And you're seeing a lot of, like I said, a lot of black women being attacked online. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I do see a lot of that going on. Then like there was wondering like, where's this coming from? Like, where? And really, we want to talk, like those of us that were in this conversation was like, well, we need to go to the source, go to the black men. We need to ask them, you know, how are they feeling about this? Are they seeing this? Are they participating in this? And if so, why? So what do you guys think?
But do you feel like that's because we all know social media is magnified? Do you feel like that's just more like a social media narrative, or do you feel like that's really happening in reality?
Well, I have to tell you this: if you ever been to California,
which I haven't,
it's on social media. It's in California. It's a lot. Like
right.
I'll be honest. I have like contributed to that a couple of times, and I'll say too that like Star. I don't know if you've watched Star, Dre. Star had said a lot of times. Oh, black bitch, black this, black that. He has. That's keeping
He
it.
was
100%.
going in on that black chick the other night.
Star has, and I've honestly I've done it myself. And sometimes I'm thinking maybe because I'm listening to Star and then I'm drinking and I'm wilding out and I get into arguing with my chick, I might say some stuff. But it is true. There is a stigma out there, like about black women that's pushed, and it sucks for them. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but I can say that definitely Star has pushed it, and I have some thoughts about it.
Man, they're getting attacked all sorts of ways. One of which, skin tone. Another, hair. I mean, attitude. It's a whole lot of things that they're being.
And for me, my mind is attitude. For me, my mind is attitude. But the thing is, it's unfair to judge, like to say all black women with the attitude thing. But for me, it's been the attitude thing. I have to say. Listen, but I think it's because a lot of them go through that whole stigmatism. So it's so hard, I think, for a black woman. I mean, this is a touchy subject, but it's a subject conversation that I think we need to have. Maybe there needs to be some clarity that like not all black women are like this, or just like any other race. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be a black woman. They could be a Spanish woman or a white woman or Asian woman, whatever. But there seems to be a thing against like black women.
And sometimes I think it's an environmental thing. If that's what you're seeing in your environment, maybe get out of your environment. True. Because the world is large.
That's a fact. And it's kind of sad that every time a rapper or whoever comes out with like a music video and the leading, female was like dark skinned, it's on every blog, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it's a human being. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just, continue doing it. And you know what I mean? I understand that, I think that there is an agenda there. I think there is a narrative there. But, I think the way that you reverse every agenda, every narrative is you have to keep showing people more of it. It makes them desensitized. You know what I'm saying? So there just needs to naturally be more people that have that power that are pulling the strings. They need to bring in more, black females to be in front of the camera, and then it'll be, normalized.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's what it is. And I think about like Azalea Banks. That chick is fucking crazy.
She's an asshole.
She's fucking a nut job. And she speaks about black rights and all this stuff all the time, but she'll only have sex with a white man.
That's what she said?
Yeah, bro. It's all over the internet. She'll only have white. That's it. That's all she says. She's always speaking up for black people. So it's just weird about that, like that bitch is crazy.
She's definitely not an ambassador for black women worldwide.
So I don't know. Maybe there does need to be like a strong somebody in social media speaking out for black women, like in a positive way.
It definitely ain't fucking Star. He called that bitch a
Star. He said some crazy stuff. There was one clip.
I guess if I had that following, if I was out there on social media like that, I would speak up. Like I speak up about it now, but I would definitely, try to champion that. But really, I can really only speak for myself. I can't speak for every other black woman, but I can say, we ain't all bad. Just like you guys aren't all bad or whatever, but
true, exactly.
People perpetuate, the madness. Because for one thing, it seems to be the cool thing to do on social media. Everybody's doing things for laughs and likes and follows, and it ain't that serious to me. But it's that serious to a lot of people out there in social media world. It really, it's that stage, and you got all these actors and actresses out there on that stage. That's what social media is. Just a bunch of actors.
I think we're in a thing too. Sorry, go ahead.
Never been one of those people who feel like, oh, boo-hoo, black men don't like me. They don't like anyone that looks like me. Here's my thing. I meet a large amount of men on a daily basis in my real world. So there's nothing nobody can tell me on social media about me not being desirable, because I am damn desirable. So,
Turn up.
Right? Ain't that right?
I gotta work on that bomb, man. God damn. Well,
So I'm
shit.
just saying that there's nothing social media could teach me about my worth that I don't already know. So that's me.
Super facts.
So I'm like, keep that same energy. Like I have that same energy. So I'm like, I want other women out there to keep that same energy. Like, why are you even paying attention to what some dude you don't know or whatever that's on social media has got to say about you, your skin tone, your attitude, or whatever? Get out there and meet people in the real world. It's not all like that,
And there's plenty of men that like black women or ethnic women and all that. It's not everybody.
I mean, I've get my share of it like online and even sometimes in real life. Like I said, I've been around California dudes, and a couple of them have been like, "Hey, you would look so much better if your hair was straight."
Really?
And I'm like, "And my hair is for me. It ain't for you,
Well, you didn't follow up with a swift jab to the kneecap? Or?
I'm not. I don't even have to be violent. There's no need for me to bring violence out. I could be like sharp tongued. I might say something, and they may misconstrue that as me having an attitude. It really ain't an attitude. It's just me saying, "Hey, I don't do this for you. The way I look, the way my hair looks, the clothes that I put on, I don't do that for you. I do that for me." So but that's me. That's me and my self-esteem. So I feel like women out there, I'm not saying that their concerns aren't valid. It is. There's a lot of attacks going on, but I mean, like, if you got your self-esteem, there ain't nothing nobody can tell you about how you look that's going to put you down or should put you down, But that's how I feel.
Well, shit, Dre, then tell them where to find you then. Hey. Tell them where to find a chick with self-esteem. Go ahead.
Well, you can find me on Twitter talking shit about basketball. My Twitter handle is Indelible D, capital D, and indelible means unforgettable because I will be the unforgettable chick that you met.
Bang.
Bang. Once you meet me, you will not forget me. I promise.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Damn.
Bang.
Now, Sir Mel, tell them where to find you one more game.
You can find me on YouTube, Ikid Mel, and Twitter and Instagram, but my main thing is YouTube. You can find me on here. So
I want to say to you guys, man, I really appreciate you guys for coming through. I didn't hold y'all hostage for damn near 3 hours. I had to turn the AC off so it won't fuck with the mic. I'm sweating my black
hot in here, bro.
Off this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all coming through.
I appreciate
everybody checking us out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Follow Indelible D on Twitter. Subscribe to that motherfucking that dude on motherfucking YouTube. He out here in the street. Shout out from Star. God,
I'm getting heat, bro. I'm waiting for another strike. I'm waiting for the second strike. For Charlemagne's team, bro. I'm waiting for Charlemagne's team to get me.
Let's get it. Real Rap episode 5. We out. Peace.
All right. Peace.